Hey everyone, welcome one and all to the very first actual play episode of Die Party Nightcity. We started a little late today because I had Polish internet issues, which is a whole kitten bag of just tremendous fluffiness. Yeah, I said it. That's right. I'm looking at you, multimedia PL. Ugh. Anyways, guys, welcome. Welcome. Let me go around and introduce the people who will be participating in today's actual game for the first time. Um, it's it's going to be a lot of fun. Up first, we have AP Gaming Reel, aka Arthur, playing
Yo,
Dante Fierro. Is that right?
that is correct. You are 100% saying my name correctly.
All right. Up next, we have Gamer Siren playing. God, I'm gonna get your name so wrong. Zephyr Takahara.
Yeah, you got it right. 2 for 2.
2 for 2. All right. Up next, we have typical GM playing Enra.
Einar,
Einar. Okay, almost got there. And what's your last name?
Slivdbart.
Slaved Blood. Okay.
Liptbart.
Yep.
Lipsbart.
Norwegian, Polish, Viking, man.
No, Tibetan Norwegian Viking.
Okay.
I'm a Tibetan national who was then expatriated to Norway.
All right. Up next, we have Virgil, aka Zircon5, playing. I'm gonna get this so wrong. Ban Mortar.
That's right. Band Mortar.
Ban Mortar.
Hey, everybody. How's it going?
And last but not least, we have the one and only. Put a chip in it, put some salsa on it, and make it tasty. Chip in it. Who will be playing Barash?
Yeah,
Yeah.
name's Barash.
Barash. Okay. Whew. We did it. We're actually playing, so this is going to be fantastic. I've got a little introduction I've got lined up here, which will hopefully set the mood for everyone who will be watching and or playing at home. So, the game that we'll be playing tonight is Die Party Nightcity. It is a Cyberpunk 2020 game. And it's a very old game. So, as a cyberpunk, you grab technology by the throat and hang on. If you've got interface plugs in your wrists, weapons in your arms, lasers in your eyes, biochips in your brain, you become the car you drive, the gun you shoot. With cyborged fingers, you pick computer locks. With enhanced senses, you see into the future. There are a lot of rules in Cyberpunk, and since it was produced back in 1988, you can imagine how well those rules have aged. The answer is horribly. Not only is there a mismatch of ideals and concepts, but there's also a very detailed breakdown of wounds and treatments and firearms and bullet calibers and just everything that just... It doesn't make sense in an actual modern game. Because for the most part, we can gloss over that stuff and still have the flavor be permanent in the game.
Yeah, I'm not sure if blood types are in there, but
Yeah.
just about.
They probably would be, yeah. As you can expect, it will make very simple tasks very complicated. So during our game of Cyberpunk 2020 and Night City, I, as the game master, will be simplifying as much as I can. With that in mind, let's go over a few core thematic rules that will persist in our game. Rule number 1, style over substance. It does not matter how well you do something in Cyberpunk, only that you look awesome when you do it. The way you look is important. The way you dress and the people you associate with will reflect well or poorly, depending on how you do that. For people who are super attractive, like Arthur, they might be able to get away with wearing trash, but it really depends on how you act. And if you can't act very well, maybe you should put on some high quality leather and just let that speak for your personality instead. Rule number 2, attitude is everything. It's the truth of this world. Think dangerous, be dangerous. Think weak, be weak. Remember that everyone in the year 2000 is loaded to the teeth with lethal upgrades and weapons. So no one will care about care that you have a new SMG unless you swagger into the room with it and looking like you're itching to take someone on. Rule number 3, live on the edge. The edge is the nebulous zone where risk takers and high riders go. On the edge, you'll risk your cash, your rep, and even your life on something as vague as a principle or a job. Fight for the big issues. Never drive slow when you can drive fast. Throw yourself into danger. Take it all on head first. Never play it too safe and stay committed to the edge. That doesn't mean you have to be edgy, by the way. That they're two different things. So, with that in mind, I guess we will get started with the game. So, Nightcity, for everyone who's playing at home, is on the west coast of America. It's situated between San Francisco and Los Angeles, right on the coast there. It is, for the most part, a city that was designed from the ground up to be gleaming, like a future city. This type of thing where someone spends a lot of money just making an entire city from the ground up to be anti-theft, anti-crime, everything, and basically just be a pinnacle city for the future. When you think back from 30 years from now and you think, man, when did the future come up on us? It's when Nightcity was actually created. And it was created by a man called Richard Knight. He is, for the most part, the founder of this city. The problem that happened with Nightcity was that when he created it, he refused to let in certain corporations. And as you can imagine, that struck some very wealthy people the wrong way. They wanted a part of this pie, and Richard Knight wasn't letting that happen. So, eventually, what came to it? Well, politics, for the most part. He got buried with litigation and other things and made his city, his gleaming futuristic metropolis, just fall under the weight of just bullshit. Unfortunately, what happened because of it was that corporations moved in. They saw it as a way to take advantage of a new city and build up a new establishment, a new corporation, a new zone for themselves. And because of that, well, crime became rampant. And it sort of bit its fangs in and it stayed there. For the most part, Nightcity became a wealthy playground for the rich and famous. And it became the world's most dangerous slum, almost over the course of a year. It happened very quickly. Because of that, the scape in Nightcity is very interesting. In most American cities, you have 3 types of living. You have the high cost of living, which is, the 1%ers, the people who make an awful lot of money. And for the most part, you have the middle economy, which is, modern America as we know it today in real life. However, like most cities, there's also the underbelly, the crime-infested, poverty-stricken part of a city. And in most cities, that's very low percentile. However, in Nightcity, there is no middle America. There is no middle living. So you have the very rich and powerful, and then you have the very poor and desperate. And that's pretty much the type of people that you'll find in Nightcity. It's one or the other. Our story today takes place on the very cusp of the high life living that you would imagine. We have a corporation. It's called the Monte Sanjo Jojo Corporation. And that corporation, ladies and gentlemen, is a merger between two medium-sized corporations, and they saw a need to expand, and together they could do a lot more than they could apart. It was a merger between Monte Sanjo Big Pharma and Jojo Food Processing. The two of them combined together and they made Monte Sanjo Jojo, which has, for the most part, taken the world by storm. with a simple and very interesting food that they've processed. It's called the Trump Bar. It's a mass-produced nutrient supplement that tastes and smells as bad as it sounds. However, it's manufactured to be highly edible, very cheap, and it is very filling. So in a town like Nightcity, where the lowest population live off basic foods essentials like what the Trump Bar is, you can imagine this corporation has very quickly risen through the ranks. So, with that in mind, let's go ahead and meet our players. So we start off the game in the Monte Sanjo Jojo Corporation's headquarters, which is basically on the outskirts of the combat zone in Nightcity. The combat zone is essentially where everything happens in Nightcity. It is sort of the business district or the main center or the hub of Nightcity. So Nightcity is maybe like 30 blocks long, with the outskirts ranging quite far. A lot of the crime that you see will take place in either the streets of the combat zone, and most of it will take place in the outskirts of Nightcity. However, our story is right on the cusp of the two. We join our beloved Dante Fierro as he makes his way into the corporation headquarters, for his early morning meeting, which is around 1 in the afternoon. So, Dante, we meet you in the elevator going up to the meeting that you have scheduled. Why don't you
I
explain
believe
it
what
to-
you meant to say was executive elevator. I
Sure.
don't use those plebeian elevators. That's only for the hired help.
Is this one of those things where it's like it stops at floor 7 and 8, but it doesn't stop at the other floors?
Exactly.
All right. So why don't you introduce your character? Explain how he looks, what he is, and what he's doing in this place.
As a matter of fact, I believe I have some fan art that was designed by Mr. Radisaurus that will show exactly what I look like.
I am.
I am amazingly buff and amazingly handsome. Of course, the natural gifts that God gave me, if I believed in God, which I don't because I am a complete and utter atheist. I wear a very nice business suit on top of the keffiyeh, the Palestinian keffiyeh that I wear on my head.
Okay.
You can see my enormous bulging muscles all over my body. Some people consider me to be a fashion model. I consider myself just to be a pinnacle of human perfection.
So when you describe if you were to pin yourself against either you're because you have for everyone mechanics wise, you literally have 10 attractiveness, which is the most
true.
attractive you can be in this game. So would you say that you're more like Chris Pratt, like next door neighbor, sort of like with the dad bod, or would
I'm
you
more
say-
like The Rock.
The Rock? Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. I wouldn't
I am the
consider
Palestinian version of The Rock. If The Rock was actually capable of making large piles of money.
Do you smell what my family? I don't know where I'm going with that. But yeah, so you're heading up to the 8th level of this corporation. As I said, it's a very small corporation, so you don't have that many floors. But you're heading up there. The doors open on the executive elevator. I imagine it'd be a very comfortable ride up there, because it has to be.
Extremely comfortable. Oh, just simply fantastic. I enjoy my morning elevator ride every day that I actually come into the office, which is maybe once a month.
Fair enough. So you walk past the secretaries that they have up there, because this is sort of the executive floor. Basically, anything up here will be like division heads or anything along those lines. You're making your
It's a
way.
good thing that I am ahead of a division then.
It is. It very is. So the meeting that you have today is sort of like the monthly casual meetup that the division heads have in order to report to the CEO. You make your way into the office, and of course, everyone likes to be late in this company because they feel like it adds status to their names. However, you are the last one to arrive, so congratulations on that.
I am very good at doing what I do.
Yes, they're basically having a bit of a giggle when you walk in. They're laughing about something in particular. When you come in, open the door. Kamfar Sami, who is the CEO of Montesanjo Jojo Corporation, puts down his drink on the table and walks over to you, and he's just got this humongous grin on his face as he like sort of wraps you up in a manly hug and kisses both sides of your face, and he says, "Dante, it's good to see you. Good to see you. Come, sit. Would you like something to drink like the rest of us?"
Oh, no, thank you. I had several hits of scotch before I came in.
Ah, good man. Sit, please. We can get this shit show started. I don't know whose idea this was, but... yes. Sit, please.
Well, of course I take a seat.
So, I want to first thank everyone for showing up. I know it's very hard with all your busy schedules to come in here and sit down and actually inform me of what the hell you fuckers are actually getting up to with my company money. So we'll go around the table and I guess get this done. Brent, why don't we start with you? So a very skittish sort of man, blonde with glasses, sort of like clears his throat, and he's sort of like, "Gentlemen, thank you very much, and lady, my bad. Thank you very much for giving me your attention over this course. The Trump Bar has once again oversold our expectations, and because of that, we are seeing a 22% increase in all of the financial relations that we're having with this thing. We're looking to export it actually out of Nightcity and maybe find some more slums we can throw this food into. Because of this, we've actually started to work with R&D and come up with a little more tasty food. It's hard to say what we're actually going to work on, whether we're going to go towards the more consumer-friendly version or we're actually going to try and target the higher-end market. We're not entirely sure which one we're going to go with. They're basically splicing together some genes. I don't know. But the fact of the matter is the Trump Bar is doing well, so cheers to that, hey lads. He like takes a sip of his glass and he sits down. The next one passes over to the research and development lady, whose name is Malatani Singhe. She stands up, and she's got jet black hair and sort of very, very tan brown skin with dark brown eyes. She stands up and she's like, "Well, in terms of R&D, we have been focusing mostly on nanofibers this term." She like has a little presentation. She's got a little suit on as well, a little tiny lab coat, which she pulls out the little clicker. When she clicks the button, the lights sort of dim in the room, and the projector whirls up, and she starts talking about how the nanofiber technology that they've managed to gather when they hired one of the new R&D staff that they have within the technology has taken root, and they're able to make very interesting byproducts out of it. Stuff like being able to research a nanosuited vest to order to stop ballistic bullets from coming in and hurting the actual flesh of the person. They're looking at doing like face masks with the technology, but they're running into a lot of problems where if it's actually on bare skin, they're getting a lot of rashes and stuff. So they're still looking at where they can apply the fabric on the human body in order to make it appropriate. In terms of food, they're running into issues of actually getting something to taste good. They're not entirely sure what the high-end market of Nightcity is looking for regarding taste. They need more information regarding that. And now everyone turns their attention over to you, Dante.
Oh, well, I'm very glad to be here with my colleagues today. As you know, we've been expanding the security team. We are now at several hundred personnel, but more importantly, I have my priority response team that I've been gathering. It's something of publicity stunt. To some extent, I've been hiring, well, at least one of them is a former street gangster. You can all laugh, it's very funny.
They just sort of all slurp silently on their drinks.
We'll be handling special projects from here on out. Really anything that involves needing people in various states of life or death.
So Kamha basically just sort of leans back and he goes, "So what do you think of this this midnight animal bullshit that's happening right now?"
Oh, well, you know, I have a specialist in such matters who I would consult for information about such things. In fact, let me call him up on my cell phone.
Okay. Yeah. So who are you?
I pull out my mini cell phone, which is way more expensive. It's only the size of an iPhone 6. It's still huge to our current standards, but much smaller than the bricks the rest of humanity uses.
So yeah, basically you pull out this phone, everyone's kind of like, "Oh, interesting." Like they sort of like perk up when you pull out this, like, because basically technology in this game is very much like show off that tech, you know. So you pull out this phone, and who are you dialing exactly?
Oh, I'm dialing my good friend, Chip. Are you actually a doctor, or are you like a quotation marks doctor?
He's like a Dr. Krieger doctor.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we've
Doctor of
updated.
phrenology.
We've
It's
updated
like a
my
doctor
character.
wreckage doctor, basically.
No, so we've kind of updated my character to being. I'm more along the lines of inventor. So I've done a lot of work on creating chips to control more dangerous animals, and that's what my current passion is. But I'm also very good at aerotech, cybertech, and weaponsmithing. But I do know a little bit about animals.
Are you an
It's like
actual
a Doc
doctor?
Brown. It's like
No,
a Doc
I'm
Brown.
no longer an actual doctor.
Did you ever hold a doctorate?
No. Well,
Okay.
Maybe in more technical fields.
So yeah, I'm calling up Professor. It's Barashi.
Barash.
Barashi.
Barashi.
Okay. Oh,
I put him on speaker.
it's like, yeah, and
Professor Barash, are you there?
Yes.
You're on with the CEO of Monsanto Georgia Corporation, Brenton Malatonge? Malatonge. Go, tell us more about this midnight animal bullshit.
Gonna need some help here, Dave.
So basically, in the news recently, there have been a lot of firebombings of corporations, medium size and up. The only footage that is currently available is of the most recent attacks on a corporation called Biotechnica. This corporation basically captured a footage of 10 or so hooligans, thugs, firebombing their R&D facilities. How they found out where that information was is completely unknown. However, the one thing that sticks out is that all of the assailants in this particular instance, they're all masked. And every single mask has the face of an animal on the front of it. So we're looking at like bears and zebras and cheetahs and that sort of thing. In terms of like how many casualties has been reported so far, they've been wantonly murdering anyone that they find at these particular places. So while they're also burning and destroying technology and data, they're also murdering anyone who happens to be in their way at the particular places. Using baseball bats, handguns, submachine guns, rifles, firebombs, anything they can get their hands on.
Okay. So first things first, I want to thank you all very much. As you may or may not have known,
get to the point, Doctor.
I actually came from Biotechnica, research and development, before coming to your great facility. These thugs, they're wearing masks of animals. Now this could be a couple of things. It could be extensive cyberware. I don't know if you've heard of the thugs who go into full-out morph suits to make themselves look like dragons, wolves, and such. We may be dealing with this, especially attacking that facility, as we did do a lot of research on controlling animals, as you may or may not know.
So this is Kamfa Singh, Sami, the CEO speaking to me. He's like, so is there some sort of way that we can potentially make money from this?
Oh yes, I believe absolutely. We could work on various ways of creating fashion styles. Definitely the advertising for terrorist masks such as balaclavas or recreations of the animal masks that people use. We could definitely market that. But more importantly, I believe that it would be a good publicity stunt for our corporation to hunt down these midnight animal fellows and, put a bullet in all of them.
Well,
I believe my esteemed colleague and employee, Professor, will agree. Professor Barash, do you agree?
I agree.
Well,
I could even develop
he's
specialized
an expert.
exokits for you.
I hate to sort of suggest how you might do your job there, but what about if we, actually sell our services out to Biotechnica or anyone else that might be a target? Because Biotechnica's not the last, surely. Maybe we can sort of make ourselves valuable. I know for a fact that there are other corporations that will be doing this. I mean, maybe we can beat them to the punch. Well, I hope you
So
can.
if that's something
that's
you
why
believe
I
that we
hired
need,
you.
we can certainly do that, if that's the direction you want to take the company in.
Oh, I just think, we have all this security. I mean, we
real
literally make
quick.
Trump bars, so we should
Professor
potentially sell
Barash,
that.
let me put you on hold. I need to contact another associate. And I begin dialing for my security advisor.
Okay. Yeah, we don't actually have a name for that, so you can make up one yourself.
Oh, no, it's definitely typical.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why you would want him on a meeting with a bunch of executives?
Oh, it's gonna be great.
start-
Don't worry. Don't you worry. Shush. Shush. All right, so he calls up my phone. Is that what's happening?
Yes. Which
Yeah, so I'll click-
is Einar?
I know, yeah. So I'll click over, like I had the Mastoid comlink or whatever hooked up to my cell phone, and all you hear is just explosions and gunfire.
Mr. Einar, you are on with the company's CEO, Mr. Kampa, Brent Alatonge.
Do not run from your fate! Valhalla awaits for Ragnarok! Boom, boom,
Mr.
boom, boom.
Einar, I need you to get into a secure location. We have very important business to discuss.
Yeah, I'll slide into some cover, and just like put the gun over the lip of whatever I'm sitting behind, just spray, like hold down the trigger. Mr. Inferno, a little busy right now, but what can I do for you?
The CEO, Mr. Kampa, was asking some questions about whether we could monetize our killing machines, our solos, and various security personnel by subcontracting them to various smaller, less desirable, and less competent corporations. What are your thoughts on that?
How many souls can we send to Valhalla, Mr. Inferno? How many souls?
I will defer to my colleague, Mr. Kampa. Mr. Kampa, how many souls would you like to send to Valhalla? If you are not aware, that is the Norse mythological waiting zone for roughly half of the Earth's warriors.
Can we charge admission?
I believe we can charge admission. The price will be exactly 1 bullet.
Do we? He like leans over to his assistant and he's just like, "Do we manufacture bullets?" He's like, "No, sir, we don't." It's like, okay. Miss, God, what is your name? Singe, please. Get in touch.
So,
Get someone on making bullets or something. Valhalla tickets, call them. Yes.
so the
I feel
gunfire's
like we
died
can
down.
really market that to a certain religion that is coming very popular in Night City right now.
Oh.
You just hear him say, "Do not worry, my friend. Your skills were simply not at the par, but you will await in the great beyond for Ragnarok. When the
Mr.
serpent's
Einar, this
Jormungand-
is very unprofessional. I need you to stop prolicitizing the dead individual while you are on the call with us.
You just hear the knife goes in. And yet another
Mr.
soul
Einar.
goes to join them, Mr. Inferno. Have you spoken to Ranulf lately? He assures me that there will be a fresh harvest.
Listen, Mr. Einar, I need you to focus right now.
I can see them. I can see the rainbow bridge to Valhalla. I can see the souls ascending into the heavens, Mr. Inferno.
Mr. Kampa, I believe we're losing connection right now.
Okay. Yes. Please. So, are we able to do this? Are we able to subcontract our services out? This is
Yes,
important
let
to
me call up another associate real quick. This is the young woman who I was telling you about earlier, the one who is street. She'll be able to give us a bird's eye view of what the urbanites are doing out there, what kind of trends they're looking at.
I see. All right. Yes. Call her up. Does
Well, I
anyone
give her up
else
a
want
quick
any more
Zephyr.
drinks? Because I feel like I need one after that.
Hello? Hello?
Miss Zephyr, you are on with the CEO, Kampa. And we also have Brent and Malatonga. We're calling you in regards to...
Tiffany, seriously, we don't have time for this right now. We have too many things going on. There's too many patients here. We are in the middle of an emergency. Somehow, somebody down the street decided they wanted to let go with some of the guns, and now everybody's gone. Dan's on the phone right now, and I really can't handle this right now, and I'm sure he's got something important he needs to talk to me
Dan?
about, because he has to worry about calling me in the middle of my shift, and I don't even understand what's going on. Hold on a second, Dan. I got to take care of this real quick. Seriously, Tiffany, I don't have time for your shit. I need you to go over there and take care of bed 4 because we don't have time, and bed 6 also needs a station because they are going to die if we don't take care of this. Serious blood loss going on. Sorry, Dante, sorry. What is this that you needed?
Oh, well, I think you just gave it to me right there. Mr. Kampa, did you hear bloodlust in the streets right now? I'm really feeling our terrorist fashion line and our Valhalla bullets are going to be selling very well in the combat zone. Miss Zephyr, first off, please don't call me Dan. And second off, can you please give us a bird's eye view of how the public is viewing these midnight animals and anything that they might have bounties or they might enjoy seeing them strung up and castrated or something along that line?
Seriously, these midnight animals are, I'm assuming these are the people that are out here that are killing off the people that are showing up at my clinic. If you
That
could
is
take
correct.
care of them, or if we could take care of them, or whatever the hell we plan on doing with these animals, I would really appreciate it, because right now I am ass deep in dead bodies, and I am also tits deep in a bunch of people that are fucked up right now. And I would really appreciate if we could stop it, because my life is already hard enough dealing with some crazy crackheads and these people that are really, really hurt. So if we could stop and, I don't know, whatever it is that you do with your people, I would appreciate it, because it's really nuts out here.
You see, Mr. Kampa, we are very much in a position to take the, shall I say, lowest class industry by storm by providing them with bullets, weapons, and entertainment in the form of killing the midnight animals in a televised spectacle. I really feel very strongly that this is a great direction to take Monsanto Jojo, currently an agricultural company, but soon to be an entertainment and arms company.
So,
Mr. Kampa, would you agree?
Kampa Sami sort of sits back and leans in, and he's got this smirk on his face, and he's like, "Of course, Dan. If you feel like this is the best way to take the PSD, then absolutely."
Excellent, excellent.
Dan.
Do you still need me? Can I go? Because they just wheeled a motherfucker in that lost his leg.
No, please, return to your lower class citizens.
Thanks. Zephyr out. See ya.
I must tell you, it's really some characters I've been working with. I'm considering killing her at some point, but she's far too useful for now.
She seems very skilled. I wouldn't
Yes,
want to get tits deep
I would
in
never
anything,
hire
to be
anybody
honest
who
with you.
wasn't skilled, sir.
So, what about, what else can we find out about them? Do you have any security specialists we could talk to, or anything like that?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I recently acquired something from Brad in accounting. He is a middle manager of sorts. His son is essentially a useless layabout. However, it turns out he is quite good at plugging his brain into electronic devices and then making them dance. A little sexy dance, as he refers to it.
That's...
Let me get him on the phone.
Yes,
quick.
please. Absolutely.
So, yeah, Virgil, do you have like a cool netrunner name that you go by, or are you just banned?
Just go by band, like in IRL.
Mr. Band, you're on the phone right now with Kampa, the CEO of the company, Brent and Melatonge. There were some questions as to whether you could procure any information regarding these midnight animals or any of our competitors in the field of hunting down the midnight animals, or about acquiring our services out to any of the smaller corporations in the area being hit by the midnight animals, and or any way that you can make us large piles of money.
Look, mate, it's not a problem. So these fellas are sloppy, right? We can find the tracks, figure out what they're doing, get a little help from me dad. I comb through some emails, come up with something for sure. These mates are pretty hard out here, but not really worried. I think, probably bring in our best mates and make sure that people know what we're doing when we tell these people with masks like to be demasked. We should demask them.
To be clear, you are saying you would like them to be demasked, not that they should go to Damascus, the city.
Demask them is a great idea.
Excellent. Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Bed. Is there any way you could be more specific as to the method that we will be using to demask them?
Well, I reckon they're probably talking, bragging online. People don't do nothing that they're proud of without talking about it. So, I'll do some digging. It shouldn't be too hard. Look, mate, I got some friends out on the outskirts. They rough and tumble. They might be able to give me a few bits of information here.
Thank you so much, Mr. Band. Mr. Kampa, do you have any questions for Mr. Band?
Are you able to find out for me, Mr. Band, whether or not there are people also looking into, midnight animals?
All right, well, people be sweating bullets, mate. So, listen here, bro. I'll look for whoever's searching around. I'm sure there is. Word's going to be lighting up real quick. It's been quite a drastic account of what I've had. I could directly contact some people's involved. See if we can't get some money for some protection, eh?
Mr. Ben, that's exactly what we wanted to hear.
I'm mostly interested in Arasaka. Specifically, like, those guys are our main competitors when it comes to... Well, they're the people we want to be, Mr. Dante. That's what I want PSD to be. You know?
I don't have any disagreement with that, sir. I would love to be the head of the Special Security Division for a major arms company. And I really like the direction you're taking us in, Mr. Kempar. Unlike Brent in his Trump bars. I really feel like marketing explosives, firearm, armor, and really anything to the lower classes that are already tearing themselves apart is really fantastic. And might I say...
Brent sort of speaks up. He's like, I have you know that this Trump bar is literally fueling everything we have in this company. You ignoramus.
Don't worry, we're going to do... It's called vertical acquisition.
I know what vertical acquisition is.
Thanks, Brett, for your inputs. Very much, thank you.
So, with that, I guess we can forward wipe over to a scene that... Maybe you guys tell me where you'd want this to take place. You guys are all meeting up to talk about specifically what you're going to be doing to, I guess, find and make advantage of the situation with the midnight animals.
Probably at the Batcave, aka Dante's house.
All right, so
Well, here's a question that I have.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm owned by Montesanta Jojo now,
Yes, you are.
and I live in a lab, and I probably am forced to live in a dormitory. Am I allowed out without an escort?
Yeah, well, I mean, you've been put into the play for the PSD division, which is run by Dante Fierro. Sorry,
Okay.
Dan Fierro. So
It's Dante. You know that. It's very hurtful to me when you say bullshit like that.
So whatever Dante says is pretty much what goes for you. Unfortunately.
I have absolutely no problem with allowing you outside, Professor. Anyway, listen here. Zephyr, can you come into the room real quick?
Whatever you say, boss.
So we're in this, like, really shag carpeting. There's, like, Palestinian artifacts. So in the timeline of Cyberpunk 2020, the Middle East gets glassed by nukes. Like, the entire Middle East is just glass. And so Dante is the collector of fine Palestinian, like, rugs and architecture and furniture. But the carpeting is, like, really, really nice, like, deep shag. It just feels fantastic to walk on. Everybody's either in their bare feet or their socks. And I'm like, excuse me one moment. I need to call the concierge. Mr. Concierge, could you bring the puppy up? The one named Eiffelstein. Thank you very much.
So I have a question for Chip. Did you name your friend?
Actually, I was kind of keen on Alfie, as we were
Alfie?
calling him.
Okay. Where would you have left him right now?
He is probably in my lab in a controlled environment, because if I brought him with me, he might kill everyone in this room.
Fair enough.
You might kill most of the people in this room. I think
I'd die.
maybe me and probably also Einar would be fine.
So you get a confirmation beep from whatever device you asked to call the concierge from. And normally you know that to take maybe 10 minutes or so, whatever call you put down to them. After all, they have to go up 80 floors, so...
Yeah, so we'll zoom ahead to when that happens.
Okay.
I definitely want to have the dog and Zephyr in the same room.
Fair enough. So the elevator opens, and a man coming out in like a tuxedo, or more like a butler's outfit rather than a tuxedo, but in my mind they're almost the same thing. He comes up and he's holding this young puppy. It's like this gray thing, all fluffy and stuff, and he's like, "Sir, your puppy."
Oh, thank you very much. Here's your tip.
Thank you,
And then as he leaves. I'm like, Zephyr, come here for a moment, please. I have something very important to show you.
Sure. What do you got?
Mr. Einar, could you please bring me my Finfowl rifle from the other room?
Maybe I'm like sitting on my like cell phone trying to like program in custom emojis or something.
Yeah, you're programming in the coral face emoji.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to put
Finfowl,
a
that's
Twilight
a
face
large
in there.
caliber weapon. Are we going after warriors of some repute?
No. Please just bring it here real quick. I have something I need to do.
So I Dante, am like, why do you need a rifle for a dog?
I need to prove a point.
What point?
Thank you for the gun, Mr. Einar. Zephyr, if you call me Dan again, I will put a bullet into the head of this puppy.
Well, I'm sorry, Dante. You happen to call me at the wrong time. Typically, I only use that with my low-life friends, considering that you see so lowly of us.
Yes.
That'd
So
be an
maybe
awful
next
waste
time
of
you
an
won't want to
ant.
call me in the middle of, a crazy shit show at my clinic, or at least.
I apologize.
You must
Is this based on-
understand. Zephyr, you
This-
must understand. Mr. Inferno has been blessed with foresight by Frigg herself. He has the untrammeled testicles of Baldur the Great. He is, without a doubt, one of the greatest men ever to walk the face of this planet. Ranulf has told me so.
I
that
turn
foresight
to Dante and I'm
happened
like,
to
did you
help
tell
him.
him that? Or
No, he came to me of his own volition and told me all of these things. I'm just surprised as you are. Not that they're untrue, I just didn't think anyone else knew them.
well, night.
Einar just happens to be a little tweaked right now. That's okay. We'll take care of it later.
That's very insulting, Zephyr. You know, just because you are street doesn't mean that you have to insult my companion here simply
I'm
because
not
he does not.
insulting you. I'm the
Mr.
one that
Inferno, I am
knows that he's
currently
tweaked
tripping
right now.
balls, my friend.
Administers his drugs. Thank
let
you
him pet
very
the puppy.
much, sir.
He's on drugs.
He'll be fine with the puppy. It won't trigger him. He'll be fine.
Oh,
Give me the
almighty
puppy.
Fenrir, servant of Wotan. I'm like reaching towards the puppy.
Just another god for him.
So,
Oh my god. We're the worst. We're literally the worst party
so maybe
in the
in
world.
the background, you have the news running or something along those lines, like it's on mute or something like that, and displaying on the screen right now is just sort of archived footage or footage of the Midnight Animals, and they've released a statement online. So basically, it's on mute right now, I assume, because you guys are talking. Maybe there's music in the background, but you see sort of this animal mask sort of just sitting in front of almost like a green screen, but it's just white. And he's basically
Drek.
he's talking
these guys.
something.
Hold on.
About something.
I like go and like flick the volume on.
He's like, "So, everyone, fear our threat. If you are the type that assaults our kindred spirits, we will put you down like the animals that you are." And then in the background, there's this howling and machine gun fire, and then it flicks off.
Ooh,
And
very frightening, mates.
it goes back to the news anchor, who's basically just like, "And there you have it, folks. Midnight Animal and their first actual presentation." And then he like turns to like a group. There's like maybe two fat guys and like a woman on the bench. He's like, "So, my esteemed colleagues, what do you think of such a scary event that's happening here in Night City?"
Very scary.
And maybe the woman speaks up and is like, "I'm actually very offended. Have you know that these Night City people can feel like they can do whatever they like within Night City. Night City is definitely a place where you can be free to be whatever you like, but murdering wantingly in the name of animals, well, that's just preposterous." And then one of the fat guys sort of like pats his head down, and he's just like, "Oh, yes, absolutely. It's unsanctioned violence, and they're no different from gangbangers, in my opinion." And then
I agree with that
a
guy.
Is there like a MTV I can turn it to now?
yeah, you flick over to like MTV, and it's basically just like some like 80s hair metal band just like in the middle
Like,
of a
oh,
guitar
rocket,
solo,
mate.
just like banging
Oh,
their
brilliant,
like
I love this song.
long blonde hair back and forth sort of thing, and it's going on for like an extremely long time. Like we're talking like you can't like this song, but you came in the middle of the solo and you know for a fact it's gonna last for another 15 minutes.
I'm like, oh, sweet, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like, turn it up just a tiny bit, and then walk back into the room. I'm like, right, made your point. Then put the gun down. Let's put the puppies away. Look, we need to start looking into this. They've been releasing statements. Might be able to glean some information. I could try to say maybe we're first popped up on the web.
Perhaps. I really, can you hack that statement? I want you to trace their IPs. I need you to trace their IPs right now. Get me their emails immediately. This is your job. This is what I pay you for. I know your father was very confusing on the phone, but this is what you do.
I actually want to
Such an idiot.
walk over to Dante and just kind of in a hushed tone say, if they're targeting people who use animals for testing, we might have some threats coming our way.
Well, that's a good point, mate. You got like what, dogs and octopi? You got.
I mean,
like,
some of
seagulls?
you would be in a very difficult position. Oh, that's right. That's you. You are the one who would be in a difficult position. Yes.
And-
I suppose you do have a good reason to be afraid.
Well,
Mr. Inferno, may I take Fenrir from you, my lord?
Yes. I suppose we'll just rename him Fenrir. It's fine.
Excellent. Oh, mighty Fenrir. And I'll take the puppy and like clutch it to my chest and start stroking like, oh, mighty Fenrir,
You know what?
servant of
Keep the
Wotan.
dog.
The
It's
dog
yours
like
now.
yawns.
Listen, he's.
I'm gonna snatch my hand back away from its mouth because we all know Fenrir bites off Tyr's hand. That shit's not happening here.
It basically like snuggles into your chest and starts like falling asleep, and it's just it's just a small little puppy, but you're reacting like a crazy person. So
He can grow into a great steed, Einar.
Freya, you test my knowledge.
Down in Caverton.
Of course he cannot grow into a great steed. He is Fenrir, the wolf who must be chained. Yes,
You are
we must
very-
find a chain for him. I'm gonna go
Very
wander off.
good. You have passed my test.
Yeah, I'm going to my
We're gonna
room
have-
with the puppy.
We're gonna have to talk about this guy, man. He gets really weird when he trips out.
Uh,
No,
It's whatever.
actually, that's very theologically constant in his universe.
I understand that, but you're not the one that has to deal with him all the time, and you're not the one that has to deal with him when he starts tripping balls, and then when I have to get him down off of it.
I have a body of 11, so you trying to like bring me down off of drugs is probably comical.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I get thrown around. This guy, like, freaks out. I can't just keep him next to the machine half the time. He decides he, like, wants to take off into, like, some flight or something like that. I don't even know how a guy flies when he's standing on the ground. He thinks he does, or something like that. I have no idea.
I could probably invent something to make him fly.
Well, that might be a good idea. Then he actually is flying.
Look,
Yeah.
giving the crazy mate power of flight just so he's not as crazy sounds crazy to me. Look, I might jack in for a bit. Dave, I want to just see if I can find like the first place where this, like the earliest posting of this video, because then maybe I can like check back to that area to see if those people just happen to be active on like those wherever it was posted.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Well, why don't you give me an interface library check?
Okay, let's learn how to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Van, more to interface.
Yeah. So library is interface is what the netrunners use to connect with
Right.
their. So basically, netrunners. Imagine everyone can
Base
access the
10.
net in this game, but interface allows you to access like a custom menu that allows you a lot more control over the internet. And library is the skill of basically just passing normal data.
Okay, so it's just going to be the straight up numbers 10. It's what, a D10? Is that right?
Yeah. So
D10
1d10
plus 10?
Yeah. So in your actual like book, your what's your character's name? It's Band, right? Yeah.
And
So if you go to your character sheet, you should have a skill called
can I just roll this? Wait, I think I can just do this.
So you can click interface, yeah. Wow, good roll. Wow, did you roll a 10? No, you rolled a 6.
Yeah, I did.
No, you rolled a 6 and you had 2 10s on it. Wait, why do you have 2 10s on it? Oh, because you have your intelligence at 10, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. All right, so basically you've managed to find the place where the video was posted from, right? It is a file sharing website because there is no YouTube in this day and age, unfortunately. Imagine the internet in the 80s. So this video that you've managed to download, like you can download it if you want, if you would like to do that.
Yeah.
So the video.
Why are you downloading it? You should do that right now.
So the video that you're downloading, it is essentially, imagine like it's 360 by 240 in size. That is like the largest most videos get in Cyberpunk 2020. And you can't really get a lot from the actual visual side of things. But you are a hacker, so why don't you give me some sort of what other skills do you have here in terms of
Let's see here. My other.
You have system knowledge, programming, basic tech, electronics, electronic security.
Yeah, programming system.
Why don't you give me a
basic tech.
Give me a programming roll here, and if you score over 25, we'll look into what you can glean from the actual like hexadecimals of this video.
All right, excellent. So yeah, I'll start fucking slicing it up. Did that roll or no?
I don't know. It didn't look like it came up with anything.
Oh. The button doesn't do it. Okay. All right, let's try it one more time, because the other one did do it.
Yeah. Just click that button.
Was it programming?
Programming, yeah.
Oh, there we go. Submit.
Okay, 20. Yeah, so what you can glean from this is essentially that they've done a pretty good job of masking where the video has come from. Though what you can gather from it is that it took a sizable amount of time to upload. Considering the size of this file, it's like 15 megabytes, which is huge.
Okay, so they probably had a really good upload speed.
Yeah,
somewhere.
so there's a good chance that they've that the person who put this together, from what you can glean from this information, is someone who actually knows what they're doing regarding the the net.
So they purposely have no like background hints at all.
Well,
you
yourself weren't able to get anything from them. I'm sure there is something there, but you wouldn't be able to know what you're looking for.
All right, so I'll just like let them know. I'll be like, well, here's the thing. I found where they originally uploaded it, and it's a good spot to keep an eye on. Might be activity before another attack. Thing is, I can't get much more out of the video itself. Done by professionals. So, a big foil.
I hired you because your father asked me to, and you disappoint me once again, Mr.
Look, I
Band.
basically got that hangout spot. I mean, look, we go back, take a peek every once in a while. I'll just keep an eye on them. It's
So
like
what you actually got was the fact that they needed a place of high internet to do this. So we're talking like a corp location. We're talking like within a Nightcity combat zone. But you don't get that specific location.
I'm like, this isn't uploaded from someone's flat. It's like it's got to be from a corp headquarters. Someone's got big.
How much upload are we looking at? How much?
Oh, it's got to be 100 kilobytes. It's enormous.
That's ridiculous. You must
100 kilobytes.
100 kilobytes per second? Ridiculous. How big is the file that you just downloaded?
Oh, I mean, it's hundreds. It's huge.
Hundreds of what? Bytes?
Hundreds of
Megabytes.
megabytes. It's enormous.
Well, it's a good thing that I pay for priority internet access here. If you are browsing the pornography section of the Smithsonian Institute, I am going to be very cross with you. My company
Mike,
has
I'm
very
working.
strict ethical standards, sir.
Okay. All right. So you have a vague idea that there is something bigger going on here in terms of like.
Right, well, seems like, to me, they've got some backers. These ain't just gang of hoodlums. So, I think there's got to be someone, profiting from all these other people losing out on the animals. So who'd that be, eh? That's all you need to think about.
Excuse me, guys. I hear Einar yelling or something, or freaking out. I don't know what he's doing. I hear him. I'll be back. I can't hang out in this room right now. And I go find Einar.
Einar, what are you actually doing?
Einar is in his room, hanging from the ceiling as he does.
That's a very reasonable thing to do.
Does Dante ever go into the room that he's let Einar stay in?
Absolutely not. That would be an invasion of your privacy, sir.
I've painted a tree, like Yggdrasil the World Tree, on the wall and up to the ceiling. And from the boughs of Yggdrasil, I have a harness I hang myself from, attempting to gain the wisdom of Wotan. And that's where I'm at.
This is completely legal. So
yes, holding Fenrir in my arms as I am shouting for Freya, apparently Zephyr, shouting for Freya to come and clear away these deliriums that Loki has inflicted upon me.
So the dog is just basically hanging upside down, still asleep.
Yep.
You're holding him up the right way though, if that makes any sense. So you just like,
Oh, for sure.
he's just sleeping and you're just like screaming, and the dog's just like,
Freya! Freya, you must come and clear away this delirium Loki has placed upon my eyes. Freya, where are you? The darkness closes in upon me. Loki's
dog
monstrous
fart.
minions. Yeah.
cute dog fart. Yeah. Henry. All right. Let's see. Do you have anything that we can use here to clear you of your want?
Oh, I have a what's it called? A rapid detox. It is from Chromebook 3. It allows her to make a pharmaceutical check to remove any drugs or poisons from my system.
Okay. Well, that's up to you guys whether you want to actually do that.
That's basically what she does for me all the time.
Okay. So what's going on, guys? What's happening?
Well, I have
I
a
don't
question for
Is
Dante.
Zephyr actually like...
Oh yes, you have a question for me.
Yeah. Do you allow smoking in your apartment?
Only in the balcony, outside of whatever
Oh.
room that we put you in.
Yeah, I'm just out on the balcony, just puffing a cigar until somebody needs me.
Zephyr, I believe I hear Mr. Einar. He must be hanging upside down in his room again. Is there any chance you could go give him his detox? Zephyr, where are you?
Herp derp?
I think Siren slipped out. That's all right. So
Einar,
Oh, there you
get
are.
down.
I mean,
What
I'm in a
the hell?
harness. I can't get down. I mean, I could if I could find the buckles, probably. But currently deep in the throes of an LSD hallucination.
I'm just gonna. So I walk over to the machine, and I start getting the tubes, the wiring. I get it plugged in, and I walk over to Einar, and I
Better make
start
a reflex check of some kind, because I'm flailing. I believe Loki has sent his monstrous children after me.
For some reason, the only thing I can think about is, that movie with Rob Schneider where he's a male prostitute.
Deuce Bigelow, male gigolo.
Yeah, and when he's hanging upside down from like the Crunch Bar and he can't get down because he's like weak and the house is burning. Like for some reason, I'm just imagining he's swinging like that. Like
Basically.
that's what's happening in my mind. Yeah, grab a fish tank, you know.
So do you want me to roll a reflex since he's flailing?
I mean, like, do you not want this to happen? Is that what you're saying?
No,
Well,
I
I'm-
do. Like, Einar does, absolutely. But Einar also believes that he is currently being assaulted by Loki's children because Fenrir is going to tell him secrets about these animal people. Also
Right.
Loki's children, obviously.
And this is typically the shit that I go through every single time that he starts, like, really tripping balls on these drugs. So this is the thing we were talking about where this is, like, the hilarious part, because I'm not big, I'm a small person, so I can't just get the big person to stop. Right.
Okay. Well, I mean, if you want to make a reflex check, I'm not going to stop you. But what are you trying to do exactly?
Trying to calm him enough so that I can hook him up to the machine and start detoxing him.
Oh yeah, empathy means if you're trying to calm me down. I thought you were trying to like dart through my fucking wall of flailing limbs.
No, no.
Do you have
Okay.
any
Like-
sort of social skills regarding empathy or anything like that?
I have an empathy of 10?
You do?
Yeah.
Oh god, yeah, she does.
Let me take a look at your character.
This is probably the reason why my character believes that she is actually Freya, goddess of wisdom and mercy.
Okay. Well, why don't you give me an empathy check here? See if you can calm him down. I'm going to say the DC for this is 20. Because, you know, typical self-imposing this on himself, so I'm going to make it a difficult check to see if he passes. Wow.
You
that's
rolled a one?
fumble. Yeah.
Fuck my life. God damn it,
All right.
Einar. Chill. Dante!
No!
Yes.
No!
Yes.
You have come in the guise of Freya, but I can tell you are a demon sent by Loki. I can tell! Ranulf!
Einar,
I
I'm
told you
not,
to
but
run
you
off.
won't calm down. I need you to stop.
Professor Barash, do you have any of your animal tranquilizers handy?
I don't know how well this is gonna work.
Yeah,
Professor?
take one.
Oh, he's done it before.
No,
Is absolutely
As if I would do manual labor myself. Professor, there is a reason why my company pays you money. Could you please go subdue Mr. Einar? Enough that he'll still be able to breathe. Nothing paralytic, of course.
I like ply my my deck and my cell phone off of my like lap and out of my hands.
No, before
for a
you go
second.
anywhere, Mr. Band, someone needs to look after that dog. You make sure to
He's got
catch
the
it.
dog.
Wait.
You got an espresso machine here?
Oh,
Like
yes.
looking around the kitchen.
Fenrir.
I'm like,
Of course.
how many do you need?
I'm going
many
to.
machines?
I'm gonna get up
Just one?
and unbuckle myself from the harness and drop down to the floor.
Einar.
Fenrir has told me, Freya. He has told me of these men, these demons, these animals of Loki. He says we must pursue them. He says we
Yeah.
must take the measure of them. I'm not certain which part of them we must measure, but he has told me.
Currently, nobody in this realm, Einar, are those animals that you speak of.
Well, perhaps Broker. Perhaps he knows. Broker,
Yeah.
Perhaps.
crafter of the finest of weapons and arms.
Yeah.
Broker, tell me, have you managed to find the lair of these demons of Loki?
No. I know they're guys, though.
I like
You
how
have
you're going
made. Have you had
full
converse?
ham on this, by the way.
What?
You're just completely buying into his delusional fantasy. It's pretty good.
It's hard not to when he's crazy.
I don't think he's so
Easy
crazy.
and maybe arguably the deadliest person in the group.
Yeah.
Right. We just let him do what he's got to do. It's okay. He's fine.
I'll
As
sit
long as
down.
he
I'll sit
doesn't
down.
hurt us.
I'll sit down cross-legged in the ground, like surrounded by stripped pieces of military equipment and weapons, boxes of ammunition and explosives, and just be like, "Yes, Fenrir. He has told me. He has told me, my friends. We must travel into the den of the monster. We must rip out its heart. We
No,
must feast
Einar.
upon it."
From what I've seen of their broadcast, I don't believe them to be true animals, or at least just yet. They merely take the guise. They're imposters.
Let's see. And what of you, Heimdall, watcher of the Rainbow Bridge.
I'd just, like, raise my eyebrow as I, like, sip an espresso. Like,
Oh shit, that's hot.
it's very hot. Very hot. Ah, it's a
burn
good
me lip.
machine. First shot, very hot.
Yeah.
Look, I'm sure these guys are in someone big's pocket. We just got to find out who, right?
A Titan,
I
you
mean,
say?
come on, Dante.
They fit
You should
inside
know
the pocket of a
who's
man?
profiting.
Basically.
A Titan. A great and worthy foe. One that will elevate us in the eyes of Thor. And his
Much
father
like the
war.
Titan we work for.
Bah! We do
I
not work-
appreciate that.
Mr. Inferno is no Titan. He is a Vognir.
He's the only one that doesn't have a special name.
But the Titans seek to rival the Voldnir, don't they?
Certainly, the Titans will rise against the Vognir at Ragnarok. We must not allow this to happen, Borgir.
I can't wait till I make my flying snake and make him just trip out.
I'm just gonna kill it. I'm gonna fucking murder it immediately. Dromunder?
He's gonna
No.
punch it in the face, and it's just gonna be like, pfft, dead.
Speaking about punching in the face, how about we take a quick break?
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Well, based on the information I received from my associate band, I've begun looking into certain corporations, seeing if anyone has profited about the midnight animal attacks.
Okay. So this sort of thing isn't extremely obvious. It isn't. Like, it's supposed to be hidden if there is anything here regarding that. So this is going to be a 25 check. If you have any resources, like, I'll let you make a resources roll to give yourself a bonus on this if you want. So if you want to pull any, like, brainiacs in onto this, you can absolutely.
Oh, absolutely. I will definitely call up Brent. I'm sure he's not doing anything useful.
Brent, specifically, the head of the food division?
Yes, of course. If
Okay.
he is... Listen, I know that it may look like I look down on Brent because he is a substandard human being with the hygiene of a drunken animal. But he is on occasion useful at knowing things like who might be profiting off of our company's losses, or who stands in a good position to profit from the midnight animal attacks.
Okay. All right.
21 to call upon Brent.
Okay. So, you have a phone call with him, and if you want, we can roleplay this, or you can shorthand it, whatever you like.
Absolutely. Brent, how are you, my friend? It is Dante Fiero.
Yes, of course it's Dante Fiero. It's never anyone that I want it to be.
Well, I mean, Brent, I know that we are not always the best of friends, but if you'd like to, I could call up a hooker for you.
I don't need you, Dante, to get my N wet. I'm perfectly capable of doing that. Thank you very
I
much.
was not implying that. I just, I thought I would do it like as a friend to make sure that you had someone that you actually wanted to talk to. It's
Is
okay.
he on... In the background, I'm like, is he on the phone offering a lollipop to the boss? What the heck is going on?
I'm gonna definitely put my thumb over the speaker so he can't hear me, and I'm like, Brent is not my boss at all. In fact, I am the boss of him. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I had to speak with my net running associate real quick. Anyway, Brent, what can you tell me about companies that are currently positioned to take advantage of the midnight animal attacks?
Well, honestly, it's one of those... Oh, God damn it. I'm sorry, every time I hear a New Zealand accent, I just fall into it. Honestly,
Gotcha.
mate, listen,
He's been triggered.
it's gonna be one of those things, what are you gonna be able to do for me? I mean, obviously,
Brent!
this is your job, Dante. This is your job. I'm not here to do your job. All right.
Brent,
So-
is there something you would like from the Special Security Division? Some service I can offer you?
Actually,
Do you perhaps have some form of drug that you enjoy? I have a contact on...
listen, Dante.
Less-
Shut up for a moment. I want
Oh,
you to, in exchange for this information, because I know that you're incapable of doing your own fucking job, and you need this. So, I want you to put your fucking goons, and I want you to go and murder my wife.
Oh,
Brent! I don't know why you have to trash talk me to get this done. If you had called me up and asked me to kill your wife, I would have done it without any need for a favor.
Well, I know you, Dante. You would want something later, so now I'm in control, right?
No, absolutely not. You can believe you are in control if you want to. I would murder your wife without a price.
So here's the thing, Dante. I need it done in such a way that it looks like... You know what? I want you to murder that bitch, and I want you to do it in a way that screams accident or gangbanging, and I want it to be done while that fucking piece of shit gardener is in the room. Alright? I want that to happen.
Does it have to be a room? I want to be really specific here. Just in the general area, would that be okay?
Listen, I want them both to be naked, I want it to be post-coitus, and I want the evidence to be there that it was a gangbang. Alright? I don't want to have any association with it.
That it was a gangbang, like a hit, or a gangbang, like multiple partner sex?
A hit. I'm
I
sorry,
understand
phrasing.
what you're saying. You aren't on the phone, so you shut up, Einar.
Yeah.
I
Can you
think
get
we
this
can
done? Can
Arrange something like this, for sure.
Alright. I'll tell you what. I'll give you a little bit of a head start now. For, prosperity's sake. And, you know what? If you do this for me, and you make it, you get me free of any sort of association with whatever happens, together, you and I can go far. Absolutely. So I'll tell you what, I'll give you this freebie. Biotechnica, if we're just judging based on stocks, having someone destroy their R&D tech and have them claim anything back from it, they're gonna profit quite a lot from that. It gives them a chance to, satiate their publicly trading stockholders. It's one of those things where, like, the company goes down, they buy up all the stock back from their stockholders, and then when they come back, someone else is in power. It happens all the time in Night City. So if I had to put my wager on anything, it would be the fact that they firebombed themselves. But that still doesn't explain why they firebombed other people. But you know what? You're the security guy, so you should take a look into that.
Thank you so much for your opinion, Brent. I highly value you as a fellow corporate.
I tell you what, you murder my wife, and I will find more for you.
Thank you so much, Brent. I'm always pleased to be working with you.
We never had this conversation, and then he hangs up.
Everyone, I need you to come into the room real quick. We have a job.
interesting.
We're gonna
Yes,
go
yeah.
murder
Sure.
someone in cold blood.
Mr.
Everyone, we
Fertilizer.
are going to
Espresso
murder
machine.
someone in cold blood. His name is Brent.
We're gonna
Some
kill
of you may know
Brent?
him from the corporation. What's going to happen is we are going to get Brent in the same room as his gardener and his wife, and then we are going to make it look like his wife and his gardener killed him in cold blood.
Oh,
Mr. Inferno, I can't do this. I can only kill ordained warriors to send them to Valhalla. I can't kill innocents.
what
Don't
did
worry.
Brent do?
Brent is not innocent. He has been attempting to kill his wife for years.
Well,
I just
sounds
heard it
like we
from
have a
his own
duty.
lips. It is a sacred duty. Odin himself would kill this man simply to prevent the destruction that he might lay upon the land. But His wife is laying with other men, clearly. While much like Odin, Freya would look down upon this. And so we must blame her and her boyfriend for his death.
I'm gonna look at Zephyr, since I believe Zephyr is Freya.
Yes, obviously. I mean, this woman cannot go unpunished. This man can also not go unpunished. Because if he's trying to kill his wife, I mean, we have to punish the evil, correct?
Excellent. Thank you so much, Zephyr, for your input.
I wink.
Oh
Well,
boy.
I suppose if the Vanir
The three of them are romantically involved?
Listen, the details here are not important. What is important is that Brent is standing in the way of my next promotion, that Brent is an asshole who is attempting to kill his wife, and that he is also a waste of space at the company.
Look, I know Brent, okay? You don't have to tell me these things. It's just that, how we're gonna get all three of them together.
There is a reason that I hire other people to do things for me.
Maybe we could ask him to come and verify the death, and they're not actually dead,
Whoa, that's
and then he
pretty
shows
sick.
up, and then we kill him.
All of that sounds great to me.
Do we
Alright,
want to
dude.
make it look like a night animal attack?
That sounds even better. There is a reason that I pay you a large amount of dollars. And that is one of the reasons.
Let me see
Also,
if I
the
can.
fact that you are a sociopath.
Let me see if I can make some disguises for us. Also, might be a good chance to bring in Alfie.
No.
Holy shit, guys.
Who's Alfie?
I don't
Uh,
like the sound of that.
A psychopathic piece of shit dog. But
My friend.
he's my friend.
Dog?
Psychopath.
I like
I have-
dogs.
I have girded myself for battle. We shall meet these oathbreakers
Trust me, you
upon the
won't
field
like
of
Alfie.
justice.
All right, so
My God, Einar.
if you guys want, we can fast forward to the actual event.
Right, she probably screws him in the afternoon if he's a gardener.
Do I need to roll something to kind of make up some fake animal garb for us?
Yes, actually. That is a good point.
Yeah, show
What
him
do
the
you-
video so he can get a good reference.
Actually, I
Whatever
believe
footage I
that
can find of
you
attacks.
should. This is definitely something you could leave to me, as I have a very high skill in wardrobe and style.
Yeah.
I feel like,
Yeah, but I have jury rig,
um,
which means I can basically make anything, and I can make it do crazy shit. Like you want those dog masks to have glowing eyes
Lord,
and shoot
Make
lasers.
sure mine can
I'm
fit
doing
over
it.
the helmet.
No,
Listen
guys,
up,
guys.
Professor. We don't need any of those things. We need them to be as authentic as possible. We do not need glowing
Everything.
shooting.
I don't think you understand. Everything is made better by lasers, by guns popping out of it. But
I'll take
if you think
lasers in
this is
mine.
more your route, feel free to take it. I trust your judgment.
Look, I say we just have you do the design of the whole thing, right? And then we have him do the manufacturing.
I agree to this.
I'm okay with that too.
Actually-
So let's go with a wardrobe and style check.
23.
Okay. All right. So you
I am
can
very good at designing things. Not only do I look like a fashion model, I can basically become one, and also be the guy designing my own clothing.
So the good thing about this
Edgy.
sort of disguise, right, is not a lot of people have actually lived to see the Midnight Animals, right? So a lot of people who have seen them, they've only seen them on video. However, because you didn't hit the 25, the DC for making something authentic, the thing that will result from a role like this is people who are part of Midnight Animal, if they see evidence of this through CCT or what have you, they will most likely be able to spot that you guys aren't a part of their group.
And they could probably sue for infringement of their copyrights.
Yes, exactly.
Well, no. You see, the
That's what
important
I'm worried
thing here
about, right?
Yeah.
That's
The
our
important thing here
danger.
is that we could also capitalize on this manufacturing that I'm doing and sell our own custom night animal, a lion.
Yeah. All right. So why don't
No,
you
I
give
was
me?
saying something to that to Mr. Kampa the other day. That day
I
being
was
today.
listening.
Daving today.
Why don't you give me a jury rig and let's see how well this comes together.
Any modifiers?
No, because Inferno did Oh, look at that! You hit.
Oh, baby.
That's good. That is fantastic, and you got a 10. So, you know what? You do a fantastic job. You perfectly make the design that Dante Fierro put together.
Oh, it's like your imagination just went into the third dimension, Dante.
So, what do you guys like? Give me an idea of what sort of animal mask you guys are rocking.
All different types. It's gonna
I
be
want a wolf.
wolf,
I want a wolf.
bears.
Cat,
Or wolf.
All right.
We'll take a beer.
All right.
a big cat.
So, what are you gonna be,
Yeah.
Dante? If you're gonna participate?
I believe that I will have one of the wise and majestic animals rather than something flashy. I will
So an
take.
owl or a raven.
No, of course
Peacock.
not. I will take a stag.
A stag? All right. Yeah. And Chip, what are you picking?
A wolf. So I'm
Two
more akin to
wolves?
Alfie, and he's
Okay.
not gonna try and bite my neck off.
All right. And you actually
I'm just
taking
picturing
Wolfie
your
with you?
character with one of those janky horse like heads on.
It's all fluffing around and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna bring Alfie with me because night animal, cyber wolf loose on the streets.
So
Sounds
we
like their
haven't
gig.
been introduced to Alfie yet. So let's do a montage of you guys like maybe it's like one of those weird like montages you see in like like Shaun of the Dead or something like that, where it's like all quick. You guys like putting together guns and putting guns in pockets and stuff like that. And then there's like this really long drawn out scene of like the back of Barash as he's like sitting at a sewing machine going putting together like these things. And it's
Well,
like
no,
just like
actually, one of the things that I have is I have cybernetic links for the machine links. So like I can have auto factories and machines make it, and I just plug in.
okay, way to ruin my montage, but all
It
right.
still makes that same sound though.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's just it's just this really long drawn out scene of things being built like slowly, and then and then maybe the last scene of this montage is you trying to like bring Alfie with you. So why don't you explain who Alfie is and what he is? And
So Alfie is a rescue dog, one of the first successes of my domination chip, or no, what do we call it? We called
domestication
it
chip.
domestication chip. I was doing this as a favor and more out of my own interest for a mob boss, but the surgical team that they had lined up did a horrible job and completely destroyed his humanity. Thus, he's a crazy psychopath. I had to install a special chip so that he deals a little bit better, and with training, I've made him into a little bit of a better wolf. And basically, how I'd introduce you to all of them is you kind of need to spend some time in the rage cage, again, letting him understand your scent so he doesn't think that you're a hostile out in the field.
Rage cage.
Yeah, so it's one of those, in mechanical terms, Alfie is a wolf that, for the most part, when Chip rolled his empathy, he rolled a 2, and since it's a wolf, he's naturally inclined to not like humans, so he had a -1. So he literally has 1 empathy, which is to say that his entire relationship to Barash is one of constant fighting for being the alpha male in the pack.
All right.
He does have a
so-
chip, though, to make him a little bit more lenient towards human interaction. And then I also do have a pretty good animal handling skill to try and deal with him.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I go in the rage cage and I'm like, "Oh, come here, dog. Come on. He's a good boy. Oh, that's right."
No, it'd probably be like you in a separate part of the cage,
So-
and you walk in and
Do
you
I
just
have-
like look
do I
at him
have,
in
like-
the eyes, and then he leaps and he's like he's like on top of the cage, barking his head off at you.
Yeah, I'm just trying to calm him down. I'm like, "You've got it, mate. You're cool, mate.
Actually, it
You're
would
okay.
be
You're a good
more
dog,
of a count
Aren't
of.
ya? You
so-
you could be friendly."
So here's the thing: you're gonna have to roll a cool check with a -6 on this. If you want to, Because the way that
Can I first get a roll to see if the dog likes me?
this is you seeing if you can even approach the dog.
Oh, okay. So I go in the. I like it better actually. If first we were in the separated cages, but there was like a wall that I couldn't see, then he just raised it up. And then I. Wait, what was the roll?
It's cool with -5.
Oh, that's gonna be.
So we're looking for a 6 or higher here.
Okay, so I can just type that in like that, right?
So you
And
can just hit the
then-
cool button. There you go. So you fumbled pretty bad.
Oh my god.
And
So,
with,
well,
with a
it
negative
didn't
5 on
even-
top of that, that's
It didn't even do the -5, I don't think.
yeah.
Oh yeah, he's legitimately like
I
he's the
tried
guy
to
who's
put it in
trying
the
to act
tech mod,
super
didn't do
awesome,
anything.
but then he's like, hey Mr. Poochie.
Let me try that. Let me just try that. I just want to see if. Wait, what was I rolling?
Cool with a negative.
Can I not? Can I not? See, it works, right?
No, that didn't have
Yeah.
the -5 to it.
No, I did it +2.
Yeah, they didn't.
That's correct. Yeah,
Okay.
okay. I just didn't do it right the first time. But yeah, so it would have been a 3.
Yes.
Mhm.
Three.
With a
Yeah.
fumble on top of it. So the way that I imagine this going, right? Alfie sort of sees someone come into his domain, and for the most part, he just sort of stands up. And I don't know if you've ever been inside of a cage with like a majestic animal or something like that, or have some sort of like really tall dog like look at you, but it's one of those feelings you get in the pit of your stomach, like if I get any closer, he's most likely just gonna fucking jump you. And Alfie sort of just looks across at you. He doesn't change his demeanor at all. He just sort of like looks you straight in the eyes, and you, Band, you get this feeling deep in the pit of your stomach. You are literally like have you seen combat before, like armed combat? Have you shot people before?
Yeah, like I haven't like shot people, but I've seen people get shot.
Okay. Have you ever been scared before?
Yeah, I mean, I was when I was seeing people get shot, I was pretty scared.
So this trumps all of that. You're literally looking at probably the scariest thing you've ever seen. And for the most part, he doesn't look that cybernetically enhanced. Like what type of cybernetics does he have, Chip?
So he has a processor, chip slot, the stress chip, the domesticator,
Mhm.
skin weave, cyber fangs, and then he has an external weapon harness for later on down the road with a weapon link and input plug.
So on his back, he's basically just got like a lot of metal running down his spine to the tail, and his mouth, for the most part, is completely chromed out. It's just all silver. But aside from that, he looks like a very large wolf. What are you gonna do here? So he's basically
alright,
on the other side of a cage, and you're like in a room with him, essentially.
And
Okay.
I'm there just kind of saying Alfie, friendly, that type of stuff. But, he needs to be able to assess the situation.
Yeah, I literally leap like behind you, and I'm like grabbing the back of your jacket, and you can feel that I'm like I'm like basically trying to like climb up on your back, and holding you like a shield. I'm like, just make it sit down, mate. Oh god, oh it's horrible. Oh, what did you do to him?
So all of
I
these
installed
cybernetics.
cybernetics.
No, all these cybernetics. They were the mob installation. So when he says rescue, he literally means like his chip is the only thing stopping this dog from going cyberpsychotic. So that's what he means by rescue. Otherwise, this wolf would have been put down. Like literally, like the only way you can stop a cyberpsychotic animal is to kill it.
You gonna bring this thing with us, you plonker? It's not a good idea.
Yeah. He's my friend. Even
Well-
though he's psycho.
Do you have like traits I could feed him? He looks mighty fierce.
Yeah, he is.
So what do the rest of you do? Do you want to get
Major
introduced to
pop
Alfie?
fact, are you?
I do want to get introduced to Alfie.
All
Someone
right.
needs to show him who is
Give
in charge.
me everyone who wants to be introduced to Alfie. Give me a cool with a -5 attached to it.
Oh boy.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah, I'm popping some more drugs there, Dave.
What are you popping?
Prime.
Oh yeah, what's this give you?
It gives me a +2 to cool.
Oh,
and some-
my apologies. My roll was a 1, and with a -5, my final ability is 1. I am very afraid of this wolf.
Yeah.
I am just like, oh,
It's right,
no,
scary.
I have a 13.
Einar, hand me my rifle, please. This is
No,
a savage beast.
okay, yo, hold on.
Yeah.
Let me roll my cool. Let me add my +2 to that, so it's only a 7.
Okay, so the only people that aren't afraid of this, Zephyr and Henry. But Band and Dante, you both, for the most part, you're just captivated by this animal, and it just shakes you to your core. Like, I don't know if you guys so in this world, there's not a lot of wild animals left. A lot of animals and a lot of pets, they're cloned, and they don't have personality. So if you see a person with like a jaguar, for example, it's most likely a cloned animal that has devoid of personality and animal instincts. This is an animal that was raised in a natural environment, captured, and then chromed out. So he still has his animalistic personality attached, and you
Hey,
can
Dave.
feel it. Yeah. What's up?
Oh, I'm sorry. I know you're done. I'm gonna run into the cage if I can. I'm gonna open the cage. I'm gonna jump in there. I'm gonna start trying to wrestle this wolf.
What?
100%. I have a judo of 7. Let's do this.
What?
Okay. When he opens the cage,
Seems like a bad idea.
I'll just start urinating on myself.
When he opens the cage,
I am going to
definitely go
Ippon
immediately
Seyanagi
for
this
my
goddamn-
rifle. I'm taking the safety off,
Einar!
and I am jacking a bolt into the chamber, and I am screaming, "Ah!"
All right.
Everybody calm
So
down.
God! Oh God! No,
so Henry, one of the things, if he actually is gonna run in there and go at him, I might just let him because I know that Einar's a
Motherfucker,
badass.
you
He
just
could
call me
probably-
Henry.
He did. I heard it. He
I don't know.
definitely called you Henry.
All right. So what
Whatever,
are
Henry.
you doing, Chip?
That's it. You're off the
No, I just wanted to say that if he's cornered, he goes berserk.
Perfect. I'm cornering this bitch. I am trying to like horse collar him like a calf, and just bear him to the ground.
All right. So
Yeah,
this,
by the way,
ladies and gentlemen.
By the way, I mentioned earlier, Dave. I
Mm.
put on my full armor and loadout.
He might be dead.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is what happens when you do a melee versus melee thing. Let me just pull this up. Okay.
Wait, so you're
So-
running in there with Metal Gear?
No, I'm wearing assault armor. It's like a step up from Metal Gear.
Give me an initiative roll.
Oh, God.
Here we go. It's 27.
Okay, 27. That's pretty decent.
And then I just roll his.
Oh, sorry, I did it, but you can
Okay,
roll if you
that's
want. Yeah. Okay, so you got a 27. So you can go first. So tell me what
Okay.
you do. So the way that combat works in this game is that in combat you can do as many things as you want. However, you can't, for example, step down a grapple check. So much like the original 5e or 3.5 or what have you. Grapple checks is done in steps. So first you have to succeed a grapple check, and then you can do your grappling afterwards, right?
Okay, sounds great.
So you can, for example, move and then attack and then whatever. And every single time that you do something, it adds a -2 to your next roll. So, for example, if you move, then shoot, your shooting is going to be a -2, and then after that, it's going to be a -4 and a -6, etc., etc.
So, Dave, let me just describe to you what I want to do, and you tell me how this works in the actual mechanics of the system.
Okay.
Like, I want to run in,
Mm-hmm.
to the cage.
Yeah. So the first move, the first thing you do in this game, it's always free.
Okay.
So moving,
So
if you shot before you moved, for example, it wouldn't have a negative. But since you're moving before shooting or attacking,
Totally fine. Yeah, totally fine. So I'm gonna run in there. Like I said, I want to basically if this was a human person with 2 legs, I just want to leg sweep this guy. I want to get in. I want to establish control over the shoulder and one of their legs, and I want to destabilize the other 2 legs so I can sweep him off his feet.
well, he has
and
4
basically
legs,
land.
But yeah.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I want to take basically if I loop my arms around his shoulder, I can pick up one of his legs.
Okay.
And then destabilize 2 others. He only has 1 left. And I want to basically just push him over and fall on his side and pin him to the ground.
Okay, so stage 1 is a move. So you need to roll reflex plus skill plus 1d10.
Okay, what's the skill? Judo?
Yes, if you have a martial arts. Yeah.
Oh god, yeah. So reflex is it's a D10.
Yeah,
plus...
so basically if you go into skills, you'll have martial arts.
Mm-hmm.
Just click that martial arts button.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Judo.
Okay, so you got a 23. Now, when it comes to melee attacking, it is the defender's skill that you're versing. So there is no DC when it comes to attacks. It's just you just have to beat his. So if you could give me a melee roll, please, Chip. Okay. So yeah, you managed to get him in a grapple. So you've basically got his. So you're positioning where your body behind his shoulder.
Yeah, basically, if you could imagine, I run up, I put the side of my rib cage up against the side of his rib cage, I loop my arms over his shoulder, the far side of his body, and pick up his far leg, cinch that to my chest, and so I basically have control over both of his front legs.
What's your lift weight right now?
I have a body of 11. I don't know what my lift weight is.
It'll be on your homepage there.
Lift weight is 440 pounds.
Okay, all right. So he doesn't weigh that much, especially because he also doesn't have a gun in his back. So there's that. But he is pretty heavy. So, Chip, it is now your turn. What would you like him to do?
Well, this is where the interesting things come in. So this is either if it's going to go to its training or if it's going to resort to its animalistic intent.
So
Did
what
he
type
actually
of
take
training?
damage with that?
No, he doesn't take damage with that. Grapple checks are a stage up, so you have to stage. So basically, the way that it works, typical, after so he can break out of a check by doing a grapple attack similar to you and break out of it, or he can try and.
He can escape, right?
That's what I mean by escape. Yeah, he can escape the hold, which is exactly the same thing. He just has to beat your grapple, and or he can do a bite because you're within range. And when it comes, what's his training? So what training are you trying to fall back on here, Chip?
Well, no, that's the thing. Is understanding Alfie. This is his territory, and the threat just entered and attacked him, so he's going to attack.
All right, fair enough.
And then if he starts to do too much, I'm just going to pop the domesticator.
All right, so do me a favor. Go over to weapons. And the way that you roll weapons in this game is I've got set up there for the bite. So you need to click the second chrome sphere on the left. Not the first one, the second one. Yes.
Okay. Any modifiers?
Well, because he's being grappled around the rib cage, I'm going to give him a -1. You just put it in there. When you click the button, it'll say modifiers, and you just put -1 in there. Okay. Give me a martial arts skill with a... So you've got both hands wrapped around him?
Oh, God, yeah.
All right, so give me a -3 on your defense roll. So that is just roll your martial arts with a -3, basically.
Sure.
Okay, so yeah, he starts snapping at you, but he basically can't get in there at all because you've sort of wrapped him around his to a place where he can't reach you. Now, did you want to try and bite again? Because you can do as many turns as you want. However, you will be rolling at a -3 this turn if you did it again.
Let me see.
Or you can attempt to try and break out of the thing.
Well, now here's where I need to I believe do a cool check on the character on the dog.
Why is that?
Animals may choose to ignore their training and go with their instincts instead. When hurt or threatened, check for cool against difficulty 10 plus 15 for non-combat animals. Failure to succeed the test means the animal runs off, tail between its legs if possible. Rolling a natural 10 or failing when the animal is cornered means the animal goes berserk.
Okay. Alright, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it manages to keep its cool. And it's probably going to still just keep on biting at you, Einar.
Alright, so add a -3 to this roll when you do it.
Okay.
Wow, you rolled a -3 and you still had 19. Alright, same roll as before. Just give me a judo
Okay.
with a -.
I find it interesting. One of the defining characteristics of most control positions in judo or jiu-jitsu is that it exposes you to as little risk as possible. Hey, a 19.
Okay, so I think tie goes to the defender. Let me just double check that. On tie defender wins. Yep. Okay.
Okay.
So you can do it again, but you'll be rolling at a -5.
Yeah, no, that'd probably be the end of the round.
Okay.
Unless typical has
now,
some more stuff that he wants to do.
Arthur, you said you loaded your gun. Did you want to do something?
I assume I will freak out for a little while longer. It looks like Mr. Einar has this. However, if this thing makes any attempt to kill Einar or leave the cage, I am definitely going to full auto kill it.
Okay.
If
Yeah,
Einar is
like-
in the process, that is simply the cost of doing business with the Cyberwolf.
Basically, as he's like fiddling with the gun, I'm just gonna put my hand on it, and then I'm just gonna point to like a little wristwatch that I have and just say, "It's all fine."
Okay. Are you?
I'm going to remove your hand from my gun and continue to take the safety off.
Okay. So what are you going to do something here, Chip?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna let them. I'm gonna let them tussle for as long as Einar feels that he needs.
Okay.
And
Oh,
then if
sweet.
the animal starts to harm him, I'm just going to shock him into submission.
Fair enough. All right, Einar, your turn. What are you
All
doing?
I would like to sweep or throw him to the ground.
Okay, so a throw is so there's a couple things you can do here. You can sweep and trip, which is knock target to the ground, gain a +2 on the next attack. Target takes a -2 for the next attack. But since you're already in a grapple, there's two things you can do in a grapple. The first one is throw. The second one is choke. Is there anything you'd like to do here?
I mean, I really want to get him onto the ground and just pin him down. Like use my weight and the bulk of myself and my armor to keep him on the ground.
Okay, so let's say that you sort of like toss him onto the ground on his back.
Okay.
So give me.
I want to bite him in the throat when I'm done with this.
All right.
What the
Give
hell?
me a 1d6 plus your damage mod for your judo.
All right. What's my damage mod for judo?
Okay. Wait. Well, let's look it up. You should write these down, by the way.
Okay.
Especially if you're going to be doing martial arts a lot.
All right. I didn't realize there was actually different damage for different.
So
martial arts.
judo is for throw. It's +3.
Okay. +3 damage.
Yes. So 1d6.
So it's 1d6 +3.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. From the fucking top rope.
But we'll keep that. But
Okay.
give me an attack roll because you still need to do that.
Okay.
25. Can you give me a melee check, please, Chip?
Yep. Where is it? There.
Okay. Yeah, you throw him and you do. Wait, why is there 2 rolls here? Oh, I don't know what the first judo roll was, but
The first shooter roll was defending. That was the last defending roll.
Oh, okay.
from
Yeah,
last
I see. So you did 9 damage to this wolf as you flip him onto his back and just fucking pelt him down. And you said you wanted to bite him in the neck?
I want to bite him on the neck.
All right. Give me... You don't have a bite here, so...
Actually, aren't you wearing a helmet?
I'm wearing a helmet, but it has an open face.
Okay, so let's just say that this is just a normal melee. And I'm going to give you maybe 1d... You're not made for biting, so let's do a 1d4
You're not made
here.
for biting.
Yeah,
How the fuck do you know, Dave?
because you're a human.
It'd be the primary
You don't have
fighting
any.
style.
You don't have any cyber fangs, bro. You don't
This is
have
the,
any.
this is the primary fighting style of Tibetan immigrants in Norway.
Okay, fair enough. But it's still a 1d4. Write it down somewhere, by the way, if you're going to keep biting
I got
people.
it.
Yeah.
D4 for bite.
So yeah, you got to roll an attack here with a -2, because this is your second.
Okay,
move.
melee attack roll with a -2, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Roll a 1d10 as well.
1d10?
Yep. All right. So in total, you do 27. Now roll a melee defense for me, Chip.
Yep.
With a -2 because you're on your back. Oh, actually, you know what? You did take damage, so roll me a body check before we do this with a -2 on it. So there's a stun check in the wolf page. No, sorry, that's not it. Go to, see how it says save? Click that.
Oh, click the save. Okay,
Yeah.
but it's -2, right?
Yes, it's -2. So you got... So basically you flip this wolf on his back and he just goes unconscious.
Yes!
Actually, no. He's all right. He's upright. That's exactly what happened.
Okay.
Oh wait, no. -2 would be the reverse. So he would have. It's weird how that works. So it'd be a +2 on the stun check, not a -2, because a negative on the stun
+2.
check is actually good. So. Because in order to not get stunned, you need to roll under your body. So if you have a body of 8, you need to roll 8 or lower to not get stunned. If you roll a 9 or a 10, then you get stunned. So people with a higher body, they don't get stunned, basically, unless they have a negative. So, actually, you know what? It does make sense with a negative. So we'll take it away from your body. Yeah, okay, that makes more sense. So yeah, so he's knocked out.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna put my teeth in, like, until it starts struggling, I'm gonna put my teeth in its throat. Look.
Yeah, okay. So you can just do
Mr.
that.
Inferno, I have subdued the creature.
Oh, that is excellent. Hey, you see, Dante is reaching for a block of C6 plastic explosive at his waist. You sure you have it all handled?
The beast fails to move, my lord.
Excellent, excellent. You know, Professor, remind me why we came here at all, for any particular reason.
Hey, what in the dreck are we doing here?
All right, Virgil.
Don't you know
can
animals at all?
Just write down right now. You just got a free IP. So you just got one. There you go.
Thank you.
No worries. That's what you get for using drek. I'm not going to give it out anymore, but you know, if you guys continue to use it, you will get more IP. So there you go. Something to think about. Yeah, why are
don't
we
know.
here?
I don't know if you've dealt with animals before, but much like Einar over there, kind of have to exert dominance to make sure that, you're on top. And just so that, when we're out in the field, he's not going to smell you and think, oh, hey, I should bite you to death.
You pee on the wolf.
Einar!
So, instead of writing this stuff,
Goodness.
because this is actually a podcast typical, I will need you to say that stuff.
Oh, you got it, man. Yeah, so Einar stands up after he's done, like, he prods it a couple times, drops his, like, armored combat girdle, and pisses on the wolf. 100%.
Einar.
So basically, Alfie will wake up during this stream, and then he'll sort of like he'll snarl at you, but he knows his place now. when it comes
Perfect.
to dealing with you. So we're gonna. So he takes 6 damage, right? So what was his BTM? It was 3. So he takes 3 damage, right? So this is how you do wounding on this game, right? So after his what was his? No, he had.
He has full skin weave.
He has skin weave, so you did 6 damage. So you actually didn't damage him at all, but we'll just go ahead and say that actually happened because, yeah. So normally that wouldn't happen, but that was my mistake, my bad. But we're gonna continue. So he knows his place now. There are 2 masters or 2 people he's gonna be fighting for Alpha, and
This would
Perfect.
be a
Yeah.
constant thing.
yeah.
Perfect.
So
Einar the wolf.
So, what are you guys doing now? What's next?
Okay. Listen up, fam. It is something that we have to do now. Zephyr, is there any way that you can get a street hit out? Maybe have some gangbangers show up and firebomb this place?
Where do you get your vocabulary from? Like, do you have a
Uh,
dictionary of like words that you misuse? There are
Yes.
people in my gang that could kill somebody. Would
You
you,
must
like me to call them
understand-
for you?
I am not American like you. I was raised at Cambridge Multiplex Megaversity.
Right. They don't teach you English?
My lady
Oh,
Freya,
don't
his words
worry.
may be strange,
They
but
teach
his
us
honor is pure.
actual English there.
Right. Okay then. Sure, there's people I can call. How many do you need?
How many do you think would be necessary to kill Brent?
I don't know. Is he a badass?
No,
Brent?
he's an accountant.
How
think
mighty
I'll
are
give
his
you Brent.
thews, my lord Inferno.
His thews are not very... You've seen him.
Truthfully, I don't
Right.
see why, like, the 5 of us couldn't just take him down.
Crooked back Brent?
Yes, Crooked Back Brent.
He's a puny man. A puny
Oh,
man
well,
of
First,
little
I
Here
thought-
is the issue,
I thought we
Zephyr.
were going to take out the gardener and the woman first.
Yes,
Then bring-
okay. You know what? Perhaps we should plan this a little bit. Here's the deal. We need Brent to die. We need the woman and the gardener to be blamed for it. And then we need to have them commit murder-suicide. Yes.
my lord Inferno. As much as I would love to assist in this matter, I cannot, in good stead, take the blood of even those so corrupt, as long as they do not bear weapons. Should they be armed, and should they be met on the field of just combat, I'd be more than happy to send their souls onward.
I have a question for everyone then. So why did you
Oh,
guys
it's-
make the costumes?
Right. I thought we were
We'll
gonna
need them
go
for
kill
later.
them
Don't worry
ourselves.
about it. I still need them.
Okay.
Okay.
Absolutely don't worry about it. The
Look.
costumes will be used.
I don't
not
know.
a
Maybe
problem.
like
Just
3,
put on the
4.
masks.
I could probably call 4 of my dudes.
No,
It'll
no.
be fine.
You know what? We're going to do this ourselves. Listen up. You know, it's not that I don't know it. Obviously, I know these things because Ranulf has taught me them. But, Einar, aren't there provisions in the Nordic Code of Justice for taking out wicked men even if they are not armed? Horrible.
It's not a problem. If he's not armed, me and you can take him out, right? Someone shows up armed, he can take them out. It's not a problem at all.
I
My
don't
lord
see the
Inferno,
problem.
yes, there are times when one must take the life, but there is a judicious process. There are laws. There are judgments to be passed by the high priests.
Do not worry. Do not worry. Ranulf has given me such authority. I am Gothi among your people.
Truly.
I told
As
you,
a
it's not a
justice
problem.
priest, I have definitely declared that this man he wants to kill his wife. What more could we say? Obviously, a man attempting to leave a union such as that, and to do it through such cowardice, to attempt to hire me to do it, really, this is a man deserving of death. Don't you agree?
I suppose if you put it in that way, almighty Lord Inferno.
I do believe that
Aren't
he
you
should
also trying... Well, never mind. Look. I say we put on these fancy-looking masks and go right around the town a little bit.
To what purpose?
Royal up some trouble. And go firebomb them, like you said.
What he's saying
We need to make sure that we,
is we can
have
make it
one
look
of them.
like a hit.
We could
We
just
have-
find out when the gardener's around. That seems like the first order business there, right?
Look,
I
we can get banned.
immediately call Brent's wife on my cell phone, my mini cell phone.
Explain to me why you have her number.
Yeah, please.
I immediately turn to Band and ask him to find Brent's wife's cell phone number.
Well, I mean, okay.
Oh, I have her cell phone
He's
number.
just bent over. They work together. Why wouldn't he have her phone number?
Oh, because I hate Brent.
Yeah, they hate each other.
Crooked back Brent.
Sometimes you still need, like, numbers
No,
of your.
no. Listen. I'm sure a band can get the cell phone number off of the internet. Band, get me his wife's cell phone number. I'm going to call her up and make sure she and her cuckold will both be attending at their house when we go fireball.
Cuckold.
I like
Look
it.
up her people book. I'm sure it's on there.
People book.
This is
I've got
truly
a number
one of
right
the-
here. She's friends with me mum and dad.
Well, my condolences to your parents then.
Oh, damn.
So is your father a part of this company, Band?
Yeah, well,
It was
you
established
said his
that he
name earlier,
was.
right? Brad Morda. Yeah, and he's like, he's probably like,
Because if he knows,
like
so this
like a
is sort of-
data scientist or something,
So
right?
yeah, if
And
he
he
knows
works, like-
Brent, then he would be in the food division somewhere.
He
I
probably
feel like someone's
does, like,
father is about to get
statistics-
promotion.
statistics for like the food department or something, right? Like he's
Yeah,
not very high up, but
analytical
he's-
marketer. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, there you go.
yeah, he's not like that high up, but pretty high up. Like makes a good living.
He's middle management, basically. Oh.
My mom Dana is probably friends with her.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, I like dig through the numbers in my cell phone and pull it up. Like, here you go, right here. I mean, are you just gonna call as yourself there, mate? Or maybe make a cool disguised voice?
I am, of course, going to call her as myself. It would be ridiculous to do anything otherwise.
I think you should do a silly accent.
No, that is ridiculous. I was raised at Cambridge Multiplex Megaversity. I do not need silly accents to get by. I am British.
He already
Actually
has
speaking-
one.
Silly
He
accent to get by. I am British.
All right.
already has
Actually-
one. It's fine.
You shouldn't call him your own number. You should at least have it disguise the IP of it. You don't want to be tracked back to contacting the.
Oh man,
daily
that's
department.
a very good idea. Guys are so good. There's a reason that I hire all of you. Anyway, yes, Ban, disguise my cell phone number. Use the if.
Right. I'll de-ipsify it, then re-ip it with another ip.
I don't understand anything about what you just said, but it sounds completely legitimate.
And how will you do this, Band?
Fish and
Oh my
chips.
gosh.
What's your plan of attack here, Band? How are you gonna do this?
Well, what I will have to do is try to like route it through another line in the building.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this is a system knowledge thing then.
Yeah. So I'm just like within our, the
I tell you what.
plex that we're
No,
his
so
house
this
is
is okay. If you want to do it in this particular place, right? Because right now I assume that you're still in the holding cell of.
Yep. We're in
Oh, right,
Professor's laboratory.
Yeah. So I'm going to say that, especially if you don't want it tied back to this corporation, unless you don't care, in which case, fine.
No, as long as it's not legitimately back to Dante. He didn't give me any specifications. He just said to change it.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So give me an electronic security. The DC is 20. This is first to make sure that you can bypass the stuff that they have here. Great. So
Nice.
explain to the people how you hack. Like, how does that look like? You have like a deck, and it has it's a wireless deck, right? So it has
It's pretty sweet.
it's connected to
I
your
imagine it-
arm, right?
Yeah, I hook it up to my arm, and I imagine it has little. It probably looks basically like a big router, like a wireless router with like the little antenna on it.
Okay.
Like a tiny little screen on there, like hooked onto the back of it, like it's probably like velcroed on the back is like the keyboard. I'll like rip it off of there, and like jack it into my arm.
So are you doing it manually, or do you have like a data connection to your brain? Like, how are you jacking in?
I have like a manual port to plug into
Yeah.
into my.
So you're
my-
old school then. You're like
Yeah.
you're basically a cowboy then. You're doing it old school style. You don't connect into your brain at all to do hacking.
No. Oh no. Yeah. Well, that's the interface plugs,
Yeah,
right?
that's the interface plug.
Yeah. No, I did get some. So yeah, I can go straight like into the matrix.
Okay. So
Yeah.
So basically, what happens is, like your silver arm pops out this little tiny tray. It has a cable in it. It's sort of like, you know how you wire up you roll up a cable and it gets all bent and shit, right?
Mhm.
So it's like that. You sort of stretch it out and pull it out, and then you just put it straight into your head through the access port. And Ban's eyes roll back in his skull. And in front of you, you basically see like... Have you ever seen like how they get into the grid from...
In
Yeah. From... I forget the name of the movie now. With... God, what was it? They released a new... Daft Punk did a thing on it. God, it's a really old movie.
What?
hackers.
Not hackers. No, it was like... what was... Tron. There you
Oh,
go.
yeah.
Tron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like going into the grid in Tron, right? So you
Okay,
basically
right.
see like lines, vertices, and stuff like that. It's very polygonal based. It's very like if the 80s was the future, this is what the 80s would imagine going into the internet would be like. That's exactly what it's like in this instance. So you see in front of you just like a bunch of pathways, a bunch of like light strands that you follow in order to find a way into like the routing place of this company so that you can mask
So
the
right. So
the-
I want to like navigate to the phone router, like
Yeah.
the central phone router,
yeah.
and route his phone directly to a local phone and then out.
Okay,
Yeah.
so basically you've done this. Now the other thing you need to do here is this is a two-part roll because you're asking to do quite a lot. Give me a system knowledge here, and the DC here is 15, since you've managed to get past electronic security pretty easily. Okay, perfect. Yeah,
22.
doing good. So
You're
with this,
so good at this game.
with system knowledge, you can bypass a lot of what would happen on a manual switchboard, right? So this is still very much like if you want to bypass it manually, you take out cables from one thing, put it into another, and that's how the connection is made. It's established via a manual connection. But you can route that using your system knowledge skill through the back end using electronics. And
Okay, great.
so you can,
So can I just like make it look like it's coming from like the janitor department or something? Like
is that what you want to do? Because you
Yeah,
can
just, like,
absolutely
plug it
do
in.
that. Yeah.
yeah.
No, you want to make it look like it's coming from another company, remember?
Well, you didn't actually specify that. So-
Well, that's true. I guess as long as the janitorial department gets claimed,
Right. Yeah.
it'll look
mean-
like someone else set him up to get killed.
Okay, so
I
yeah,
blame you back up.
you get this connection.
You good to go, mate? Got a clean line.
I guess you say that where your eyeballs are still rolled back in your head.
No, it actually comes through my Vox box. Like I have a little tiny, like it's probably like 1.5 inch by 1.5 inch speaker, like slapped on the side of my, deck.
Okay.
And it probably comes out all like robotic. Like it probably sounds like a bad Skype connection.
All right, cool. So Arthur, you're good to go, or Dante, you're good to go. What are you? Let's get this conversation happening.
What is the name of Brent's wife?
Stacy.
And what is their last name, assuming they share a last name?
His last name is Scrivnor. Scrivnor. Yeah. Scrivnor.
Brent Scrivnor.
So I call her up. Hello, Stacy.
Hello.
Yes, Stacy. This is your good friend, the friend of your husband. You know Dante Fierro? Very handsome Palestinian man.
Oh, yeah. I've seen you about.
Yes. Listen. I was looking to get some gardening done at the facility that I live at. I was hoping that I could swing
Honey,
by your
why
house.
are you calling me about gardeners? What?
I understand that Brent has been talking about the excellent work your gardener has been doing.
Oh, Pedro? Yeah, he does fantastic.
Is there any
gardening.
chance you could call Pedro over to your house and perhaps you could sit down and have a cup of tea and talk about the kind of gardening he could do at my facility?
So you hear the telltale signs of like someone in bed on a phone, you know, like the type of thing where like you hear like sheets moving,
Yep.
Mattresses.
Yeah,
squeaking.
give me a awareness check, please. Awareness/notice.
Is that a skill or a stat?
That's a
Oh,
skill.
it is a skill.
Yeah,
What's it under?
it's under intelligence skills.
Intelligence skills.
Ooh.
14.
Okay, that's no good. So yeah, basically, the line goes quiet for a second, and then she comes back and is like, I suppose I can arrange something like that. When did you think you wanted to come over?
20, 30 minutes?
My, you're eager, aren't you?
Yes, I have great need of a gardener somewhat immediately.
Super thirsty for gardeners.
Her lawn needs some watering.
Yeah.
And he
It's
has
like-
some bushes that need trimming.
Well, I will call Pedro over, and you just make your way over here, huh?
Excellent, thank you so much. I'll be there very shortly.
All right, bye-bye. Okay. Moving on. What do you guys prepare? Like, what are you attempting to do here exactly?
So I have several C6 explosives.
I put on a song that's gonna take like 7 minutes till the beat drops while we're like gearing up.
Okay.
So again, the
Is it some-
montage
is it like
happens
a
again.
techno
Everyone
Viking
like
song?
It's totally techno Viking,
That's Nordic
Techno
metal.
Viking.
Nordic techno Viking future music.
So what are you doing with Alfie? You bringing Alfie? Like, what's going on here?
I don't think we need him.
Okay. What's
So
the
I'm
plan,
just
guys?
gonna-
What's the plan?
But I am
plan
gonna go.
is I need to find someone to get Brent there about the same time I blow everyone else up.
Okay. Well, that seems like you need to make another conversation.
I was thinking perhaps I would have Ban do it, but I was thinking of the best way to intimidate him into doing it.
Okay.
Tell him he needs to verify that we killed the right people.
Actually,
Make sure
wait
that
a
our
sec.
job was done right.
I have an idea. You know, hey, Zephyr. you seem like a kind of person I could rely on for something like this. How good are you at lying to people?
I guess pretty good. I mean, I guess
Like,
it
how
just
often do you turn to someone and say, "It's okay, you're gonna be fine," and then they're
all
like,
the
6
time.
minutes later.
How
Yeah,
good
that's
are
fine.
you-
I'm fine.
Zephyr, I don't want to pry too much into this, but technically you work for me, and that technicality is factual, not technical.
Whatever you say, boss.
I need to know, are you good at picking up men? And let me preface this before you go to the HR department by saying, I would like you to pretend that you are going to hook up with Brent and that you want him to come over to his house right away, and then when he arrives there, we blow all 3 of them up.
I mean,
Once
as
Brent
long-
is dead, we can get onto this midnight animal thing. Listen, this is very important, though. I need to eliminate this man. He definitely wants to kill his wife. His wife is sleeping around. This Pedro character sounds very shifty, probably a foreigner, said the British Palestinian.
look over at Dante. I'm sure I can do this.
Excellent, thank you very much. This is Brent's number. Make sure to call it. You can do that thing again, right, Band? You can make it seem like it's coming from somewhere else.
Well, is it even an issue? I mean, hold
It's a
on.
pretty big issue.
All right,
you know
I guess
what?
I didn't
Good
unjack.
call
I
from
could probably.
Cyberpunk. You know what?
Yeah.
Just go ahead.
It's still locked. Yeah, I haven't checked out, so probably fine.
Call Brett up and set up a liaison at his house in like 25 minutes.
Sure.
I'm going to
thing.
ride out with the band here. We're going to get these explosives set up,
So-
and
What
That's
is-
it?
What is your plan here for seducing this guy? Because I'm pretty sure calling a guy and being like, "Hey, baby, where do you live? Let me come fuck you," is not gonna work.
Hi, this is Jenny from the corporate office. I was
Okay,
given
all
your
right,
number.
let's roll with that then. Let's do it. Okay. So if you want to roll with this guy, yeah, you call him up.
Okay.
He's like, "Hello, who is this? I don't know this number."
Hello, this is Jenny from the corporate office. I was told to give you a call because you have earned a huge bonus. Namely, a fun night with me.
Straight into it. Damn. All right. So you're gonna have to make a seduction check. I don't know if you have that skill.
I do.
You do. Well, this is gonna
I
be
do.
good. So let's say this is a cold call. So we're looking at maybe a 25.
I don't know if I have
Convincing
that
a dude
good
to
of a
have
sex-
sex when he's trying to kill his wife is a 25.
Yeah.
Why?
All right.
Why? Because all right.
You-
So I tell you what,
these DCs seem really high.
they
There's a
are
lot of
really high
25s.
because
I would also like to point out that one of the things that Dante may have done is ordered him a prostitute.
He literally said that.
I
Although Brent said, "I don't
Hmm.
need you I don't need you to order me a woman to hook up with. I can find my
All
own."
right. Yeah.
But at the same time, he did get that.
The DC won't change, but I'll give you a +4.
Okay.
Circumstantial. But it's one of those things where like this is a cold call. You're also
Right.
doing it sort of without any information about what he likes. Like if you were to do a bit of work into working out what his type is or what he's trying to do, he might be more willing, to
Listen, we know Brent.
yeah,
His
he's-
type is anything that's alive.
Look, I've seen his search history. If you want to know.
I could.
I trust her to get this done.
Yeah.
There's
Okay.
a reason I have her.
So what would you want? Do you want me to roll a seduction check?
Yep, +4, DC 25. What is your seduction? Hang on, how many points do you have in seduction? Let's see, even see.
3.
You have 3 points. So,
Yeah.
and seduction is what, an empathy skill?
Yeah,
Well,
which I have 10
It's gotta
in.
be either empathy or
So
attractiveness.
you'll be rolling a 1d10 +10 +3 +4. You're gonna be fine.
Okay, so when I go to click seduction,
Mm-hmm.
it asks me for a modifier.
Yes, the modifier is +4.
It's +4, and then just hit submit.
Mm-hmm. Ooh,
Hope that I don't
close.
no.
But you're close. So he's like, Jenny, I don't know any Jennies from corporate. You said that's weird. Something's. Who are you really, Jenny?
Well, to tell you the truth, Jenny is just my code name. For if I were to tell you my real name, things might be a little awkward at the office. Don't you agree? This is to protect you and me, and for us to not have that little talk with HR.
Boom, HR'd.
He got HR zoned.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure I've met all the lovely ladies that are in this company. I don't remember your voice.
Would you?
I think that I would.
So, are you telling me that you've tried to hook up with every girl in corporate? You naughty boy.
Jenny.
Why don't you just show me a good time, and then I, in turn, will show you a good time?
Well, here's the thing. I'm already
Dave,
in
is this
the
like a
office.
sex call?
Yes,
like-
this is a sex call. This is what
I'm a
you
little-
wanted. This is
I'm
what you
worried
wanted.
that listening to this is going to get me in trouble with my pastor.
Okay, so we're already in the office, Jenny. If this is going to happen, why don't you just come up to my office then?
Because I'd rather we not do it at corporate, because there are cameras. I would assume your home does not have a camera.
Listen, my home has a lot of cameras.
Ooh, then I guess it would just help you to rewind the past then, wouldn't it? Then you can watch it over and over and over again.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna give me another seduction check. He's interested. All right, he's interested, but how do I put this? He's a very lazy man.
Where the fuck did my sheet go?
I don't know. If he's gonna have sex
stop
with
losing
someone
your
in the
sheet.
office, it's
I'm losing my sheet. Everybody's losing their sheets.
you don't have it anymore.
Okay. No, hold on.
Okay.
It's just not.
So we're gonna
No.
lower the DC here to 20. He's interested.
There we go.
This is mostly just to convince him not to do it in his office because, you know.
Do I have the same modifier?
Yeah, I guess that's circumstantial. I mean, he probably thinks you're a hooker, so
Okay.
yeah. Look at that, you hit a 25. What'd you roll there?
Yeah.
You rolled an 8. Yeah, you could have hit the 25 pretty easily. Alright, so he's just like, well, my wife is home right now, so I don't see how that's gonna work.
Well, maybe she stepped out. Is she always home all of the time?
Well, recently, yes. She has a lot of need to be there. Give me a second. And he, like, puts you on hold.
Guys, he's putting me on hold. Like, I mute my phone. He's putting me on hold. I think he's going to call his wife.
I'm okay with this. Get him to his house by any means necessary.
Okay.
So a couple of minutes go by. And, you know, he comes back on the phone again and he's like, well, my afternoon just freed up. I assume you know where I live. I mean, you've been paid for already, right?
Correct. They have given me your address, so I shall be there momentarily.
Fantastic. Oh, and, blonde wigs, if you got any. And then he hangs up.
I think I just puked in my mouth. I say that, like, I literally say that after he hangs up. Ugh, God, where did you get this guy? He's the worst.
I will make sure that there is a bonus in your payment this month.
Ugh.
Excellent. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are now rolling out to Brent's house. We are going to arm it up with explosives, and once he is inside, we are going to blow it up.
Do you even need me for this?
I mean, I thought you might like to watch us work. Plus, if anything goes wrong, we're going to need to kill a lot of people in the street. We better put on
Einar.
our animal mask things, just in case we're caught.
I put on my blonde wig. And then I put the freaking cat mask over it.
All right.
Oh, this motherfucker's gonna get it. Chills.
All right.
You see,
I need to bring
know-
Alfie with me.
Even Freya wants to kill him.
So,
Yes, Mr. Lord Inferno.
you're bringing Alfie with you, you said?
I'm asking.
I do not think it's going to fit in my AV7.
No.
It only
Okay,
holds about 5 people.
That works. Do you have
Leave
a
Alfie.
Do you have a
Awesome.
burner car?
In fact, have we talked about putting Alfie down?
First things
No,
first.
that
Do you
seems
have a burner car?
terrible.
Do you have a burner car that doesn't have any identifiable tags linked back to Masanta Jojo? You don't want to roll up and then have your car clipped in some media.
Very well, we will hire a taxi cab.
All right, so a taxi cab rolls up, and the guy's like, "Hey, where you going?" And then like he sees like 2 humongous guys in metal armor.
And we're all in crazy animal masks, right?
Crazy.
I assume he sees this every day. It's
And
nice.
then he's like a giant fucking wolf like kind of comes into the car as well, and he's just like, "Okay, I'm not ask. Where go?"
Yeah, we give him Brent's address.
Okay.
Yeah, the money.
How do you do it? Like, what type of voice do you put on underneath this mask?
How would I do a Palestinian being British being? Oh, mate! Oh, just looking for you to take us to this particular address right here.
That's the worst.
He
I'm like
he
cracking
grab-
up in the backseat.
He like takes a piece of paper and he's like, "Yes," and then he
You've
like.
been buying double if you get us there quick.
So it's one of those weird drives where he's like looking in like the in the review mirror and he like adjusts it
Yeah.
sort of thing, and then he's just like the wolf Alfie's just sitting there. He's sitting next to, I guess,
It better be sitting
Barash
next to me.
and Henry. So he's sitting in the middle, like in the middle. He's middle bitch basically, and he just sort of like he's just sort of like looking at you, Henry, the entire time. Just sort of just like looking deep into like whatever he can look into your face. He's just like staring at you.
Alfie
I'm gonna
is?
smack it on the
Alfie
goddamn
is, yeah.
nose.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
He's looking at me. He's looking into my soul.
Yo, I'm smacking that bitch on the nose right now.
Actually, I have an important question here.
Mhm.
What color wolf is your mask, Einar? Because I was
I would
thinking that we could
imagine-
do a black wolf, a white wolf, and then Alfie is the gray wolf in between.
that
Cute.
sounds good.
Do you want to be the black wolf or the white wolf?
I would be white, absolutely white.
All right, I'll be the black wolf.
All
I'm
right.
an honorable.
So you guys pull up in front of this this house. So we have a couple of things. First, you assume that the wife is not here, but you have asked her to meet you as well. So there
Yes,
is
that is true.
So what do you see?
Wait, are we the first ones here?
Yes.
I
Well, you
hope
don't
so.
know that, but you come across some gates.
Yeah,
So
okay.
you basically
Ah.
like gilded gate sort of thing. It's like a gated community.
Yeah, I press 1, 2, 3, 4, and it opens up. Like all gated communities.
Password is password.
So you get like a guy who answers. He's like, "Hello."
Hello.
Gardening service for Mr. Brent. His last name is written down somewhere.
Oh, you
Scrivener.
You guys lost
Brent
your key
Scrivener.
again, huh?
Scrivener. I believe they're in the bushes. We'll retrieve them after today's work.
God, you foreigners are getting stranger and then he like hangs up as like the door buzzes. And...
When in doubt, play like you don't live in the
So
country.
from what you can tell about this place is that there is like more than one household here. with behind this gated community, at least anyway. So you roll on deep. You've got your.
Wait a minute. Before we go in, I'm gonna ask Dante, how many C4 packs did you bring?
I brought 6. That should be far more than enough.
Let's plant one at the gate, and we can stage the explosion to make it like they blew in the gate and then they blew up the houses.
No, that's a terrible idea. I like that gate. I was thinking of getting a house out here.
Well, I guess
You could
after
build
it
a better
blows
one.
up, it's like gonna be open.
You see? The voice from the sky just agreed with me.
Yeah.
I could work to build you a better gate.
I do not want a gate with lasers on it. For the last time.
Wouldn't you want to get people like us not coming in to blow up your house?
That is why I have large amount of security. That's why I live on the 80th floor.
Speaking about security, you see a camera. Actually, you know what? Give me awareness perception. Like some of you, one of you do it.
See, here's the thing. I am the security department for our company.
Holy fuck.
What
Is a
the
40
shit,
good?
Einar? Jesus.
Is a 40 good?
Yeah, so
Is a 40 good?
the reason
To be
why
clear, a 30 is nearly impossible.
So the reason why Einar rolled so good here is because he's a solo, and he adds his solo skill, which is 10, to any perception or initiative rolls that he does. So his roll is essentially a 19 plus 5. And then he rolled a 10. So good job.
Damn.
Good job.
Oh, actually, it's a 42. I still have +2 from the prom I took earlier.
All right, there you go. Just pooping on my salad. So basically, you have noticed that there is a camera like swiveling towards you guys, and you know what? With a
it
40,
is time to
with
do
a
your job now, band. I
with
need you to disable that camera for the next 30 minutes. Thank you.
No, mate, we need the cameras to see us with our maskies, right?
I guess to some extent that's true.
So with a 42, you also, maybe through your drug-infused haze, or maybe you have some sort of like ability with your helmet. What type of armor are you wearing here, typical?
I'm wearing the U.S. Army Assault's like full 28 SP armor.
Okay, so yeah, with this helmet that you have, maybe it picks up audio frequencies a lot better, but you hear a couple of footsteps coming towards you, like sprinting sort of thing. So
My lord Inferno, the servants of Loki approach us at great speed.
Okay, can anyone translate that?
I'm gonna go
think we
barreling
need to
out.
get out of here.
I'm rolling out of the cab right now with
Just-
my weapons.
okay,
Jesus.
well,
Get out of
they-
the key.
I
Get
jump.
behind
I
the
guess
building.
he's going out, and he's talking about Loki. I run out too with my assault rifle out.
Okay.
I jump out and I look for cover. I want to hide, actually.
So the cab's like, you don't need me, great, I leave.
Yeah.
No, as soon as she says that, I'm like, nope, you stay right here. We're going to need you again in about a half an hour.
So
Leave the cab fat.
So he'll be like, I go around corner.
Okay, thank you so much. Buddy.
Yeah, he'll drive around. So, okay, here's what's happening. You have a couple of guards that have noticed you're wearing animal masks, and they're just gonna come meet you at the
DOA.
gate. Yes, that's right. So, I would suggest getting into cover or setting an ambush. What do you guys want to do?
I dash with band and get into cover.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to
What-
get in
What
some
does the
cover.
terrain look like around us, Dave?
So basically, it's kind of what you'd imagine a gated community being. So the front
It's
of
like
this
nice
place,
houses with yards, right?
Yeah, so it's basically they have like a communal garden out the front of this thing.
Okay.
So there's a bunch of trees, maybe some park benches, and it's not like cover heavy, but there is some thick oaks that you can hide behind if you wanted to. in terms of like where they're coming from, imagine like a sublet division sort of thing. So there's like maybe 6 or 7 houses in this gated community, and they're all sort of like next to each other in a line at the back of this region. So the houses are close to each other, and each of the doors is maybe there's like 3 per line, and you know the road goes back on the right, and it splits up into a couple of different road sections within this gated community.
Okay, so where we rolled out of this taxicab or whatever.
So
is there any like what kind of cover is around us? Trees, brick walls.
Yeah, so you can hide behind, like you can leave the area and hide behind the gate, but there might be a chance the gate would close, or you could go deeper and hide behind some trees.
Okay, I definitely.
Are there any shrubs?
Yeah, there's some shrubs, but they won't give you much cover aside from just visual cover.
They'll give you concealment,
Yeah.
not cover.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the important thing for Elfie.
Okay, all right.
So I'm just gonna kind of signal to him to heal in some cover, or like a brush or whatever, and then I'll just run behind a tree, so that we're kind of close together, and he can just dart out if need be.
Okay. All right, so everyone give me a couple of initiatives, please. And can someone remind me how to use the turn order thing on this thing?
You need tokens to do it.
No, you don't. I don't think.
No, you don't.
Okay.
How do I open
just-
it up? Like, what am I doing?
You just hit the turn order button on the left-hand side,
Yep, I got
and
it.
then you add the plus and just start typing in names.
Add the plus. What's the plus? You mean
There should be maybe a blue arrow.
there's an arrow and there's a cog.
Okay, click the blue arrow, I believe it. Or no,
The
click
cog.
the cog,
Yeah.
and then you'll be able to type in a name.
Add
and then
custom
you
item?
Add.
Okay.
Yeah, add custom item. So you'll type in like Barash, Alfie, and all of our names, and then you can add in the actual number.
So
later.
round calculation is the thing there. Oh no.
Yeah.
Didn't do
So like that, you just put in the name, and then you can just click on the actual number and change it to whatever it needs to be.
Okay.
Just drag the number 2 from where they.
Hmm.
Where's the initiative button?
It's on the first page under your name and roll. It says save and then initiative.
Ah, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alrighty. So Dante, what's your initiative? 11.
My initiative is 11.
Henry.
29.
Jesus fucking Christ. Band, you got 6.
6.
Barash 17. Alfie is 8. Unless that's the other way around.
It's the other way around.
Okay. And the goons.
My name's not on there.
Oh, which? Okay. Zephyr.
12.
And we are. And. You got 12?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh. Uh-oh. Yeah. Roll pretty good.
Yeah, they did. Considering some of you got like some fucking terrible rolls. How do I cement them in? Just hit enter on them, I guess? Okay, there we go. Yep. And how do I order them?
Oh, you can just drag them to be ordered. That's what I
Or
did.
there's a way you can sort by descender.
Yeah. Right click.
Okay,
or
there we
something?
go.
There you go.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, so up first, Henry, what are you doing?
Okay, so we can see them approaching us from the gate direction,
Ye-
right?
Yes, they're coming from the gated community. So you're past the
And
gate
we're not
already?
already in cover yet.
No, you're not. But you can run into
so-
cover.
Right, but if I run into cover, like, if I look around, like, split second, I can see that my friends are being slow to react.
Yes.
Uh,
Very slow to react.
Which
Okay.
obviously to me they would be extremely slow, but just in general, I would estimate that the other people are going to go before they do, or they're going to be able to assess situation first.
I will grant you
But I have-
that with considering how high your awareness is naturally, so yes.
Okay. So taking this all in, like believing that my friends are going to be in danger, can you ready actions in the system?
I mean, the turn order stuff, is that what you want to do? You want to move your turn order around?
I mean, like, can I say, like, as they approach and I get a clear line of sight, I will fire?
You can do aiming, which is to say that you can aim for your turn.
Okay, so but you can't, like, you can't interrupt their actions. Like, as they move into range.
I don't have anything here about that, so.
Okay, that's fine. I'm just curious. In that case, I'm going to move and stand directly in front of Freya's, between Freya and the approaching guards, and I'm going to raise my weapon. Freya.
Zephyr, you mean?
Yes. I mean, I call it
Freya.
Oh, okay. All right. I was like, who the fuck? All right.
I'm going to go stand in front of Zephyr, and I'm going to raise my weapon, and I guess I'll aim down that direction.
All right.
And just interpose myself between bullets.
Okay, so you're not gonna do anything other than aim?
I'm not convinced these guys are warriors yet.
All right. So next, Goon 3, he will come and run up into a tree, get behind cover, and then he's going to take a pot shot at the biggest goon that he can see, which happens to be the guy in metal armor, as it turns out.
I mean, there's two of us in metal armor.
Who's the other one in metal armor?
I am also in a Metal Gear. Mine is not as fancy as his, though.
Correct.
Okay.
He's still a big dude.
You're in Metal
Also
Gear as
true.
well, though, right? So, okay. All right. He's going to then take a shot. Burst fire. So, the way the burst fire works in this game is you roll 3-round burst. So. Actually, does it have a modifier in here for burst?
Yeah, it's +3.
Yeah, like on the drop-down modifiers.
Yeah.
There should be.
I'm just trying to find it. Burst, 3 rounds, I guess.
It's in the middle column beneath scope.
Yeah.
Beneath scope.
Above full auto.
Oh, yeah, 3-round burst. Okay, there we go. Boom. Because you're in... No, that should be fine. Okay, so he definitely hits you, Henry.
I have 37 armor, so it does nothing.
Yes.
No, you're shooting at me, not you. Okay.
Shooting at Henry.
Sorry.
So, it definitely hits you. Let's see how many bullets actually hit, though. So, we gotta roll 1d6 divided by 2. So 2 bullets hit you.
Okay.
So we need to roll another bullet. Okay. So let's see what else. He gets a +1, which is fine. Blah blah blah. Roll damage. Okay. All right. So let's see. 6 is. 6 is left arm and 10 is left leg. So what is the armor in each of those spots for me?
40.
Okay, you're fine. He's going to take another shot as well. Oh, wait, no, he can't. He did burst fire, so that's fine. We'll go to Goon 2. He's also going to do the same thing. He's going to roll up on a tree. He's going to see that the bullets are sort of bouncing off of them. What other targets are available that are squishy? Who's up and running?
Virgil.
Virgil?
I'm sorry, Barash. Yeah, Barash and Band are both squishy. I'm between the line of fire. And
Alright, what's Alfie look like? Where's he at right now?
He's in a
We're
bush.
everybody's like outside of the gate because we weren't able to actually get into cover.
Alright, so he's going to take a shot at Alfie. He's going to do a burst fire as well. Oh yeah, he'll hit.
No.
And that's a 1, so that's a headshot.
Damn.
Oh god.
He might be dead.
Alfie makes me fucking dead.
Alfie might be dead in the first round.
Rip pup.
After all that time I spent trying to build a bond of friendship,
Got
Alright.
peed on, immediately died.
Isn't that
Just lost the will to live.
that's a pretty good life in Night City, if I ask me.
Yeah. All right. So what is his armor on his head?
12.
12. Okay. So head damage is doubled.
Yep.
What is his BTM?
I am not sure.
It's on this main page.
-3.
-3. Okay. So damage is okay. So there's no cover. So BTM. So subtract the armor. So from 50 damage roughly. Take away 12. Yeah, no, he's totally dead. Like, just straight up. Wow, unfortunate, but that's what happens. So basically, we see a bunch of guards running towards him. They take a shot at the first guard who gets there takes a shot at Henry, shoots, misses, and then he sort of does like a hand gesture or something like that to shoot someone else. And so basically, as the taxi drives off, and you guys sort of moving up to the gate, second bullet wings past, and just fucking the bullet just enters enters Alfie's brain, and just rips straight out the back of his head, sending the poor pup careening backwards into the road. And yeah, he is well and truly dead. Well and truly. So
None of us have suffered a loss here today.
I just feel sorry for fucking Chip because we spent a long time building this wolf and then he dies like 10 minutes into the combat.
Instantly.
Yeah. So welcome to Cyberpunk 2020, where if you have no armor, you gonna die. Like
Yep.
straight up. Like that's as rough as it gets. So basically, they rolled almost. I mean, it's not full damage, but it's pretty high. And then rolling a 1d10 on hit location is like, yeah, that's dumb. That's dumb. So this is why you use rifles, ladies and gentlemen, because in order to hit these guys, they need to hit like, somewhere between 100 to 200 meters. So getting over 15 will get you a hit. And yeah. Welcome. All right, so
I think that Dante said it correctly. No one suffered a loss.
no one suffered a loss. Okay.
He can make another. He'll just duct tape this one.
All right, so Alfie is out of this order, and now it's Goon's Fawn turn. So he's gonna roll up. Who's else is squishy that we have laying out the front here? So Virgil and
Me?
Gamer Siren. So what are you guys doing? Like, where are you guys? Give me an idea of where you guys are.
I'm behind Einar because he got in front of me.
That's right, you are. Where are you, Virgil?
Yeah. I was like scrambling towards the oaks, like away from the cab when I got out of it.
Sure. And where are you, Chip?
Well, the plan was Alfie was going to go into a bush and I was going to go to an oak, but the way that I perceived this is we were all at the gate and then all of a sudden people started firing at us. So we were all basically stood in the line.
Yeah. Yeah, all right. So, okay. Well, you're kind of all just sort of making your way into the perimeter, like, because the gate opened and then you started making your way in and then you got...
Yeah, I thought we'd gotten through the gate.
Yes, you're through the gate, yes.
Yeah.
You're through the gate and you're sort of making your way into the perimeter.
Okay.
So he's going to take a shot at Chip's character because that was right next to the wolf.
God.
Damn.
All right.
So I'd like to thank Chip in it for joining us for 2 nights.
Yeah.
Dude, right now my knees are weak, my arms are heavy.
All right, so you're okay. He got a fumble on his roll, so...
Oh, thank God. He jammed his weapon?
So basically, on the fumble table here, let's take a look.
We got 2 on the fumble.
On the old fumble table, yeah. I need to open up a particular book to get this to happen. Cyberpunk. Let's see. Data fortress. That's what I want. Fumble table. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. Hand fumble. Firearm fumble. You got a 2. Misfire. Roll again. 99 to 100 hang fire. Okay. Alright, so what is we're rolling? Oh, why does it go from 1 to 100 in this thing? That's super weird. Jesus. Okay. Whatever. So yeah, you just have a misfire. So basically it's sort of just like the bullet that he's trying to shoot out of his gun. And maybe typical you can go into a little more detail about this. Like it basically sort of the bullet tries to like get out of the magazine and it gets stuck like disjointed in the gun or something.
Are you talking about a hangfire?
Yeah.
No, a hangfire is when the
No, it's
cartridge.
a misfire. It's a misfire, so it's not hangfire.
Yeah, but you said a hangfire at some point.
Yeah, that's if he rolls again and he gets a 99 to 100. So roll me a 1d. Oh, that's me.
I see. Yeah, with a misfire, it's probably a like a stovepipe or a misfeed of ammunition into the action.
Yeah, that's
especially
what
for
I
like an
imagine,
automatic
like,
or a 3-round burst.
So
weapon.
maybe like the first bullet is like just sort of it's not loaded correctly in the magazine and it's just like it just comes into the chamber incorrectly, so he has to spend his turn dislodging the.
What'll happen sometimes with especially like 3-round burst or automatic fire weapons is that as the spent cartridge is being extracted out of the action, it tumbles a little bit because it's supposed to be kicked out. And the action will come forward and like jam it shut. So like it catches the brass in between the action and the ejection port.
Okay. All right. Cool. So yeah, now it's Zephyr's turn. What are you up to?
Goodness. I think I want to get into full cover.
Well, yeah, that works. A big towering man with 40 SP on him is.
It's pretty much full
it's
cover,
pretty
so
full
I'm just
cover,
gonna
so
hang.
You're gonna hang there.
Yeah, I'm gonna hang there. Is there any way like to heal him or anything?
To heal who? No one got hurt aside from a dog.
Oh,
who's
he didn't get hurt.
100%
Okay,
dead, so.
good. Yeah, then I'm just gonna hang where I am, kind of like cower and put like my hands over my ears, like, jeez, what the hell?
Okay, yeah. You can take a shot if you want. I mean, you do have a gun, right?
Yeah, I have a gun.
Would you like to take a shot?
Sure, I'll take a shot around him.
Okay, so which goon? They're all behind trees here, but so a tree will give them some cover. So why don't you roll your handgun or whatever gun skill you have, or your weapon skill. Just go to your weapon table and roll that. It's a second circle.
On the second skill.
Yeah, so it's under the weapons tab up the top there, and it'll be like the second chrome circle that you want to click.
I don't have anything on there.
Great. Okay.
I was working on it right now.
Okay.
So I currently have in there my
What gun do you
my
have?
damage. I have my damage and my accuracy and my rounds and stuff. So.
Okay, yeah, just roll it. That's fine then.
Okay.
Do you have the skill connected to it? Let me just take a look at your page. What's your
Pistols?
What are you rolling?
1d6 plus 1.
No, what?
It's
okay.
damage.
That's
What-
damage. Well,
Okay, so okay, yeah, that's fine. Just roll it. Just click the circle.
okay. It asks
no,
me for
yeah, put in the range. What type of gun is it? It's a handgun.
It's the Dai-Lung Cyber Mag.
What's the range on that?
50 meters.
Okay, put 50 in the range. And then hit the roll button. Okay, now hit the roll button.
I did. It asked me for a target.
No, the second one, not the first one.
Yep.
The second one.
Oh, okay, I see. There we go. Any modifier? No?
No.
There we go.
Okay. You are definitely not within 12 meters of these guys.
Nah.
It fits perfectly. Like she's just like reaching around, like blindly firing.
Yeah,
her
no, that's
pistol.
what it would look like. It looked like you're standing behind this giant towering piece of metal that's walking,
Mhm.
and you're just leaning around the corner, popping off shots with your little PP gun. So up next we have Goon 2, and this guy, having received fire, he's going to take aim and shoot at you, Zephyr, behind this towering inferno. So I'm going to give you some armor bonus because of the fact that you're standing behind a person.
Okay.
Um,
I do have the heavy armor, but I did not equip it because I didn't realize we were going to be fighting people.
that's fine.
All right, then.
Okay. 21. Let's see. So the circumstantial bonuses that you'd get from standing behind someone. I had it written somewhere. Where the fuck did I put that?
Friday Night Firefights. Go.
No, I wrote it somewhere. I just don't know where it is.
Common cover. Would I count as a SPS? That's not the actual
Where did
modifier.
I
So
put
you
it?
go.
Well, it was only a 21 on the attack.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. So like he hits, and whether or not this cover stops the bullet is what is the question.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Oh.
I had it somewhere. Like I had a table somewhere for this, but I'm just gonna look in the book.
I
It'll be
mean,
easier.
I'm the cover, right?
Yes, you are. So
Are you talking about the common cover SPS?
So let's say here, common cover SP. I got it here. So, shooting to a target behind is a -2, so that'd be 19. And let's see, it's still. Oh no, yeah, it'd still hit because it's between those two. So, structures. We're looking at steel security door. That's probably close, but it has to go through you in order to hit you. So we'll just go with your SP, your stopping power. Whether or not it bounces around the corner is hard to say. So you know what? Yeah, you're fine. The bullets sort of like bounce off your knees and stuff like that. To where like that's where they're aiming. They're trying to like shoot through your legs essentially.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't do enough damage to even get there. If they did like 30 damage, I would have, started to question whether or not they got through. But we'll go with that. I'll have to look up what the exact cover behind hiding behind someone would actually be. But
Sure.
yes, you're fine. Dante, you're up, brother.
Ah, excellent. Well, rather than run for cover or anything, I'm immediately going to open fire on whichever one of these particular goons seems like the leader.
Okay. Why is your turn order going up? It was 11 before.
I have no idea. You are the only one with control of it.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So, you're going to return fire at one of them?
Oh, yes.
All right. Roll me an attack.
A 21 to hit.
Yep, that'll be fine. Hit location. Oh, smart linked. Okay, so that'll give you +3. Did you have that enabled in your modifiers, by the way?
Indeed, I did.
Okay, cool. All right, so let's see. Trees. We're looking at maybe stopping power of tree. It's 30. So, no, they're fine. So you're gonna have to get some. In order to hit these guys, you're probably gonna have to try and like flank them.
Okay, I will take a second action.
Yep. What are you doing?
I'm going to toss my C6 explosive at them and their stupid tree.
How do you detonate this thing? Like, because do you have a remote detonator? Like, have you?
Of
got
course.
It set up? Okay. Now, I want to make sure that we have the right distances here, because you might just kill everyone. What's
How
the
far away
distances on a well, how far can you throw? Let's decide that first. So give me an athletics. What's your body? It's 10, right?
My body is 10.
So
You
your
can throw 100 yards.
You can throw 100
meters.
yards.
Wow.
So the DC to hit these guys, they're between the two, so you're looking at a 30 to throw that far.
That sounds ridiculous to hit that.
Yes, well, you're trying to literally throw C4 100 meters, so...
You're throwing
It
a
sounds like it's something that I can do.
non-aerodynamic.
They're not
I mean-
100 meters. Oh, are they 100 meters?
Yes, they're more than 100
They're
meters
over
away.
100 meters,
Yeah.
And this is not like a football or any aerodynamic object meant to be thrown accurately.
Yeah,
It's a hunk of C4
yeah.
with a
Now, if you had a
detonator attached.
launcher, yes, we could talk, because that's 225 meters, but you're trying to literally throw... Because the way that it works is that your maximum distance you can throw is 100 meters, so that's a 25 difficulty, and because you're trying to hit further than that, it's going to be 30.
Quick, put together a makeshift addle.
So,
The distance you need.
if I'm reading this correct, if I throw it and miss, I still land within a D10 meters of the target.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
I'm down with this. I'll roll my heavy weapons on this shit.
It's not heavy weapons, it's athletics that you have to throw in order to hit. 'cause you're
It's
throwing
heavy
things.
weapons. Grenade. This is a heavy weapons ability.
Yes, but you're throwing a thing, you're not setting a thing.
It's literally the skill you use for this.
No, it's literally athletics, I'm telling you right now.
Demolitions Set it.
So, in order to throw a grenade or anything, it's athletics. If you're throwing it. So, I'm telling you right now, that's what it is. Because I looked it up specifically. Because I wanted to make sure that I had it.
Well, then this is something I don't do because I don't have athletics.
That's fine. Yeah.
Do nothing.
Because it's, yeah, I mean, like, if you wanted to say that you set it in a certain way, then
Nope,
yes.
we're done.
And,
I'm out.
That's your whole turn?
Yep.
Alright,
I
you're not
try to
gonna
shoot
move?
them, and there's absolutely no way I can damage them with a 30 SB.
Yeah, well, I mean, you
So-
got to flank them, so...
I guess instead I'll just swap to my. I'll unlink my ammo and get out my AP ammo.
Yeah, that'll work. So, did you want to move? Because you can move.
Nope. I'm just gonna stand in the open.
Okay. All right. Barash, you're up.
All right. Can I move to one of those trees and get a better position on them?
Sure. Yeah, you can be behind a tree.
All right, but would
What's
it give
your
me a
movement
better?
allowance?
It is an. It's not good. It's a 5.
All right. So, what is the maximum distance you can move in a turn then?
Let's see. Run? Is that what I'm
Yes.
looking at? 15.
Okay. So yeah, you can move 15 meters. I'm going to say there's a tree up, and it's not going to be as big of a tree as the other ones, obviously. But you know, there's a couple of oaks in between there and there, so I'll allow that.
Okay. Does it give me like any better shot on any of them?
Well, you literally move 15 meters, and they're engaging you from more than 100 meters away, so not really.
Okay. I'll probably just shoot off a pot shot and then bunker down.
Okay, shoot.
All right. So this is going to be a 3-round burst.
Yep, that'll give you a +3 to your roll.
Yeah, and it's smart gun linked. I already had marked those.
Okay.
Now this blue button here, it allows me to enter in a number of shots.
Yes, but don't do that just yet. So shoot your
Okay.
first shot. Okay, now roll me a 1d6.
Oh, baby.
Okay, so you roll 1 attack.
So is that the blue button?
Yes. No, you don't. You already rolled 1 attack, so you only get only 1 bullet hits essentially out of the 3. So if you rolled
Okay.
a 6, you would hit with all 3, and if you rolled a 4, you'd hit with 2. That's essentially
Okay.
it. Yeah. So yeah, you basically you shoot. It goes like you shoot like through the thin, like basically he's hiding behind like an outcropping of a tree or whatever. He's like taking shots. You shoot through that, and the wounding location is 7. You hit him in the leg, basically. And this guy's just wearing straight jeans, so his BTM is what? -3. Okay, sure. But you hit him. So he's going to have to roll on the stone table. Boom. Okay, he's fine. So basically, you shoot this guy, and you can literally hear him cry out in pain. No damage was done to him, but you don't know that. But you hear a guy cry out. So maybe it renews everyone with vigor. Band, you're up.
All right. I am definitely going for cover.
Okay. What's your movement allowance?
And my movement allowance, let's see, that's going to be on the character.
Yeah, what's the move you can move in a turn? It's down the bottom. It's
Run 12.
12. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna say you can kind of get there if you spend 2 turns running.
Yeah, I will spend. Yeah. I'll
Oh no,
spend 2
sorry, you
turns
can't
running.
do that. You can spend 1 turn
If I-
running 12 meters. That's it. You can't go any further than 12 meters. So you're kind of almost there. But yeah, I'll give you circumstantial, because you're like behind a tree, but you're not actually in cover. If that makes
All right.
sense.
Well, I'm not gonna fire at him then, so I don't seem like a threat since I don't have as good cover.
Okay, that's cool. Is that your turn?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Henry.
I'll
you're
wait
up.
till I have sleep.
Einar's turn. I'm gonna turn. Like I'm gonna take a minute away from the
I'm sorry.
firefight.
It's
but-
actually midnight. Are we still going?
Oh yeah, we can stop here if you like. So combat takes a while in this game, as you're probably already aware. And combat is very deadly because we've already lost one NPC from the party. So
I mean, NPC.
yeah, well, I
It's
mean,
okay. I'll just get a bear next time.
yeah.
And he.
Yes. So for the session,
See?
everyone gets 6 IP. For the roleplay with the dog, Einar, you can have
I'm
another
fracking mad.
2.
Yay!
For the hacking of extra potential, Virgil, you can have 2.
Excellent.
For the seduction rolls, Gamer Siren, you can have 2.
Woo!
And Arthur, for trying to throw... No. For, I guess, what was a good roll that you did today?
I mean, a good roll. Like he basically carried the RP for the session.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
I
did.
will allow that, yeah.
You know that intro was well done. I
Yeah.
would like
The
to say.
best.
I was going to introduce
I want to
everyone
note
else
that
into-
Dave and I didn't script anything.
No,
so
we
that
didn't,
was
yeah.
entirely just
I
me
actually
and
had...
Hebs being like, all
yeah.
right, we got to call another person.
I actually had a plan to how to introduce people, but Arthur, you took that away, and you did it a lot better than I probably could have. So, congratulations! You can have 2 IP as well. And
I feel like the improvisation to like murder Brent and his wife and the gardener is also hilarious.
yes, and
It's
now
fucking so fucking.
and because of it, you've lost an NPC, which could have been a really cool NPC. Oh, anyway, I'm a little disappointed that that's the case.
Listen, when we kill the
Pork chef.
midnight animals, we'll find where they're operating out of, grab all of their animals, and cyber them up.
if they have
Probably
animals,
rescued all kinds of cool like gorillas and stuff.
I don't know.
Well,
Who knows? I might have more in my
obviously-
lab that I'm working on.
Yeah.
We need laser strikes. I mean, this is the 80s.
Yeah,
There is
laser
literally
strike.
you could literally get a
Lasers.
dolphin in this game as well. So
No,
Dolphin
dolphin.
hackers. Dolphin hackers.
Nope, there's no way we're doing dolphin hackers. It was the-
Dolphin net runners.
That was the best Ice
Some of me best friends are dolphins.
So just so everyone's aware, in order to level up, you need to look at the skill level that you want, and there's a cost. So if you're going from level 2 to level 3, it's 20. If you're going from level 3 to level 4, it's 30. If you're going from level 4 to 5, it's 40, and so on all the way up to 10. The going from level 1 to level 2 is it basically is just like 1 to 20, but if you want to buy a skill level, you don't have to get it sequentially, but it does cost you a total IP pool to get it everything. So you can go from level 1 to level 8 if you want, but it's going to cost you 290 IP rather than doing it sequentially. So it is going to take you a while to level up. But you can, for example, take this skill. I'm not going to force you guys to do training like it suggests in the book. We're not going to bother with that. So with the IP that you have, you can get a new skill, or you can level up a skill to level 2 for 10 IP. So that's something to think about. So let's do some shout outs, huh? Virgil, why don't you start us off?
Hey everybody, hope you enjoyed the first real roleplay episode of the new Die Party show.
Yeah.
I certainly did. Had a blast. If you want to see more of my role-playing and you enjoyed the silly New Zealand band performance, you can check me out on twitch.tv/Zircon5. And I do all kinds of fun, silly streams over there with role-playing video games, music, and art.
Mm-hmm. All right, Gamer Siren, you're up. Where can people find your booty touching?
Oh yeah, my booty touching streams. I'm available at twitch.tv/gamersiren. If you guys are ever interested, you should definitely come and check out my streams. If you liked what you saw here, they're just as crazy, if not more crazy. I do lots of impromptu gaming. I try to blast through games, but sometimes it doesn't always work that way. But yeah, if you guys like what you saw, just go ahead and hit a follow, and I'll hope to see you guys in my streams.
All right, Mr. Chip. Put a chip in the dip.
Hi, I'm chipping it, and this session made me go full bald.
We're gonna have to find you another animal, I think.
Yeah.
It was disappointing.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
Alfie was it was fun to make that animal. It really was. Like the struggle of how do
Trying
we
to figure out the rules.
Yeah, because in most games, if you have an animal companion, especially in D&D, D&D is very bad at this. If you have an animal companion, it's basically yep, he's my bro for life. And I was looking forward to playing a game where the animal was not a bro and he was trying to be the alpha male of the situation, because much like real dogs, if you don't train them right, it's just hell. But yeah, unfortunate. Where can people find you, Chip? What do you do?
You can find me on Twitter at chippinit, and I host whenever I'm going to be in a game, so follow me on Twitch.
All right. Arthur, you're up.
I guess you can find me at AP Gaming Real. In the next few days, I'm going to be talking about grenades, grenade launchers, purchasing them, putting them on my rifle, various ways to deliver explosives at long range.
Yeah.
And whatever it takes to fire a C6 packet is something I will be investigating. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube at AP Gaming Real.
All right, and last but not least, we have the one and only Typical GM.
You heard it. I'm Typical GM, Twitch, Twitter. I do role-playing stuff. A lot of times with Dave. It's a good time. It's my first time playing one of his games, and it is a ton of fun. The attention to detail and the immersion, the environment is great. So I look forward to a lot more of these, a lot more tactical firefights, and watching Arthur go nuts and basically be a sociopath and murder his rivals.
I rolled it. I literally rolled it. But more importantly, it's in the description of Corp. It's literally in the class description.
Yeah, it is.
Kill your rivals.
No, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm not being facetious.
Awesome.
I am salivating at the idea.
Yeah, I know we have a job to do, by the way. I definitely know we have a job to do, and Dave has this really nice plot planned out for us, but,
So this plot was designed mostly to give you guys an introduction to this sort of stuff, and you went full hog and decided to assault a fucking high-end living environment for expensive people.
Yeah, and we're going to do it by pretending to be the person we're hunting down. I was working out a plan to have virtual plant evidence that Brent was working with the midnight animals. And then I would just be like, look at all these calls coming from within the building, right? This is totally...
No, I see what you're doing.
Totally
It's a
makes
great
sense.
idea. Aside from the fact that, if you wanted to, because your company's not publicly trading yet, so you can do whatever you like, but at some point, it's going to come back to the company, so we'll see what happens when that happens. But yeah.
By that time, I will have golden parachuted to another better company. Obviously, I'll be working for Disney.
Okay. All right. So, hey everyone, my name is Dave. Thank you very much for watching. Sorry for the late start. I blame the Polish internet. Aside from that, hopefully you enjoyed the game. It's going to take me a bit of time to get back into the habit of Cyberpunk because it is very meaty and there's a lot of rules in there that takes a long time to get used to and to just get flowing. I was hoping to introduce everyone slowly to the combat in this game, but as you saw, that doesn't really work when you have a corp in the group. The corp's gonna corp, right? So you can find some more stuff that I do on the archives, which is over on my YouTube and on SoundCloud. We also have another game called Die Party Cineators, which is a World of Darkness Geist Cineator game that's still going on. And yeah, we're looking to fill out another game on Tuesdays. It's probably going to be Mutants and Masterminds, which is going to be fantastic. It's going to be a superhero game, and we're looking for people to jump into that. So if you happen to know someone or you want to do that yourself, you can totally do that. Thanks everyone for watching. We will see you next Monday at 5 p.m. PST for the second week of Die Party Nightcity. Toodaloo.
Night, guys.
Bye.